That nigga
We'll
King Grass.
We'll do it live.
Do it live. We are live. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to Scrampunks episode 66. I'm up in here. We got a panel today. We got a great panel. We got the normal niggas like Tsunami, MM2K. But we got a special nigga up here today, my nigga.
Oh boy. Oh shit.
Oh, God. What up, King Thrash? What's going on with you, bro? Thanks for joining us today, man.
Hey man, it's always a pleasure to come through and smash on UX. Talk conversation gaming with two Xbox cats. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Man, thanks for coming on, man. I wanted to holler at you, man. You know, like I wanted your opinions on some shit today, bro. You know, a lot of shit to talk about. But MM2K, what's up, brother? What's going on?
Nothing,
with you?
man. What's going on, man? Nothing. Just sipping my alcohol out of my care package mug that I got from Stay There. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, they sent you that shit directly.
Oh, so they got to bribe you. Oh,
they sent me a bribe.
I get you.
They sent me a care package, man. Come on, man. Don't tell me you ain't seen my care package I got from Google.
Hey, man, man.
I thought it was pretty lit.
That shit came with a letter that said, "Dear sir, thank you for purchasing our dog shit. Here, take this." That's exactly what happened with the
Now, Moss, your care package was cute and everything, but Octoboys was better for Animal Crossing.
Hey, I bet. I'm not going. I'll talk shit on the care package out off air. No, I'm just joking. No. I appreciate Google for what they sent me, man. I appreciate it.
What up, Heath Stevens? What's up, bro? What up, Joe Handel? Macross 2077. Emmanuel. Oh, it's here. Hey, your Emmanuel say, "Oh Lord." All right, so here.
That's right. We'll be lit.
It's okay. It's okay, Em. We got this, Em. We got this, Em. Hello, Heath.
So, like,
what's up, Snow Bunny?
See, I can't hear Snow Bunny
nada.
now. Like something's going on where I can't hear the sixth person.
So you can't hear Snow Bunny?
No, it's the same thing every time. Like 6 people there.
Yeah, it's like it's the same shit. Every podcast. I don't know what's going on, bro.
Off the cellular wireless, man.
You said you paid
cellular
for
wireless.
Yeah, well, Snow Bunny is there. Everybody else can hear, so I don't know.
Here.
I can see a little voice pump, so I can see when she's talking.
Yes.
Well,
wait a minute. So that means if I have to go in on Tsunami, he won't hear me.
Oh hell yeah!
So if you beat his legs, he ain't gonna be able to hear you.
What's his ass?
You know,
like what the fuck? What?
Yes, but nothing's going on.
You can't beat my legs. My legs not here.
Nothing much going on with me. I've just been working.
I'm sorry,
yeah, I just been working, and that's probably about it. I won't be gaming that much this weekend. I have a training session to go to, so oh well.
Okay.
But I get it done before Animal Crossing drops, so that's what all that matters.
That's all that matters. All right. Nethos, what's up, bro? You here?
Yeah, is it finally working?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There we go. I fucked up when I was retweeting this.
Hey, Tsunami, man, like, can you hear him? Can you hear Nethos?
I can hear him.
What, you can't hear Snow Bunny? Oh, okay. I don't know what the fuck going on.
Nah.
Oh, there's a reason for that. He's running away.
First of all, if you was on WBG, you would know. But you're not invited, fuck nigga.
You ain't invited WBG, right? Last but not least, my boy Tsunami. I say, was that to you already, Tsunami? You know,
kind of, but you know, whatever. Fuck it. I'm here. Y'all know I'm here. Whatever.
Fuck him.
Fuck him. Why, y'all? So
I must wait till next WBG. We got something.
Right.
Why
you gotta wait? Wait a minute. Somebody asked him why he gotta wait. He gotta wait to get his homeboys behind him.
He gotta wait till his midget posse is with him. You know what I'm saying? So he can try to beat my legs and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's all right, because fuck all that, because we got Thrash on here now. We gonna dog Xbox the whole motherfucking hour and a half. I can't wait.
Hey, it's gonna be easy.
No.
Oh yeah, we gonna dog that too.
Hey, look. I won't tell nobody. I won't tell nobody. But you got a little bias towards PlayStation. It's just between you and me. I won't tell nobody. With that being said,
oh well, damn, he just admitted it.
I can respect that.
I mean, I prefer it. I prefer PlayStation for what they deliver. That's all. That is. I love every console out there, bro. I can respect that. Hey, if you really watch me, if you really know what it is, you see me debate more over Nintendo than I've ever debated over PlayStation.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all game.
Hey, Thrash, did you know that Dirt had a video that came out a couple years that Nintendo is dog shit and everybody needs to stop making support? Did you hear that shit?
Yeah, that's how you got famous.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I was one of the ones telling people like, y'all dumb if y'all don't think this is gonna make it. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, I
seen that video.
I take that full L, brother. I think we're gonna make it.
I've been drinking. I don't care. I'm snitching on everybody except for Thrash.
I'm trying to tweet this out right now. Yeah, but anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and let's get started, man. Now, listen, there are some things to talk about. There's some PlayStation stuff, some Xbox stuff, some Stadia stuff. Unfortunately,
we'll make it quick. We'll make it quick.
But I want to start off. I want to ask Thrash this though. Thrash, as a guy that prefers PlayStation, are you tired of all these fake ass insiders, brother? Saying it is gonna happen.
Oh my god!
Saying shit is gonna happen, and then the date come and don't shit fucking happen. Are you tired of that shit? Like, I mean, even as an Xbox guy, I'm a PlayStation fan, but I'm like, man, I'm tired of these motherfuckers, man. Because I'm excited by the PS5 too. You know what I'm saying? So, are you tired of this shit as a PlayStation, bro?
Oh, for sure. Easily. I mean, you ain't never seen me post nothing in my channel about Sony release date and specs. I hate to see people speculate and then either get disappointed or get molded. You know what I mean? Like, why? Just wait for it to come out. Enjoy the games that's out right now, because that's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the games, not the hardware. So enjoy the best games come out at the end of the generation. So enjoy these games, and then when next gen come, enjoy those. You know, like there's no need to rush Sony. There's no need to rush Xbox or Nintendo if you got games. So it's like, I mean, I look at that shit like, man, y'all dumb. All y'all fools. Either it's Xbox, PlayStation, or non-gamers who just want attention.
Hey, but do you think all of them are dumb? Some of these guys are like, they're like kind of pressure. I mean, they feel pressure because Xbox kind of showed off they shit a little bit. You think they're like, no? I mean, but they shouldn't be though. You know?
No, it's a business. I mean, they have their strategy. Microsoft has theirs. So they all know what each other is doing in the first place.
As a fan though, like fuck all the business. As a fan, how does that make you like? Are you upset that they haven't heard nothing from like since Xbox has been so upfront?
Bro, I've been gaming for fucking like 20-25 years, bro. Like, this is nothing but old news. I'm not excited until I see gameplay. I haven't seen gameplay from nobody, right? For these next gen consoles, except for those busted ass games. I'm worried for next gen. Sony, Microsoft, whatever. I'm worried for it. Looking at what games they show,
Go say it, Thrash. That grounded.
Game as a service.
Well, not even the grounded. You got to also think about there's also like Godfall. That's what I'm saying. Some people for PlayStation is like the way some people are dogging Grounded, some people are dogging Godfall, who are not Xbox people but PlayStation people.
Me included. I think Godfall is garbage. I'm not into looter slashers, whatever you want to name. Yeah. I want a whole game for my $60. That's what I want. And then if you want to add DLC to add to that shit, fine. But don't give me a piece of a game, $60, piece of a game for 30 more, another piece until I get the final piece, which might not ever come. You know? So I'm not into that type of gaming, but I knew that's where gaming was headed this generation coming up. There's gonna be some bullshit. This is gonna be the worst generation. Period. I promise you.
Think so, bro?
I believe so, bro. I believe this will be the worst generation. All the hype for power, because there's a lot of hype for power that we can barely utilize. Like, people are talking about 120 hertz, and then most TVs that gamers got ain't 120 hertz. It's a whole lot of them that they can't do 4K 60. So 4K
It's trying to future proof because a lot of TVs coming out now. Like the C90 is already 120. So like TVs in the future supposedly will have that.
But I mean,
like the Xbox, like the Xbox One X, right?
But here's
I heard the same thing about the Xbox One X.
But here's the one thing about future proof.
2.0 port.
No, but here's the one. No, but here's the one.
So it does have 4K. It had the HDR. It has Dolby Atmos. It has FreeSync. So yeah, it has a whole bunch of stuff that's not even out there. Like you couldn't do FreeSync. You couldn't do a lot of stuff. They just had it built in. So when it was enabled, all of a sudden it just started working.
Can somebody ask Tsunami if they're future proof and stuff like that? Why is it that they're coming out with a new console? You're not even utilizing the power you have now.
So what Bunny just said, Tsunami, is if you're future proof and stuff, then what the hell is the point of this new console right now?
And that's with any console coming out, PlayStation or Xbox.
Facts.
You can't just keep the same thing as like past generations where they kept it around too long. Like certain generations needed to end way before they.
This is where again, I'm not trying to shit on Xbox. I'm gonna really calm it down, even though I've been drinking. I'm not trying to shit on Xbox, but I just feel as a consumer, as someone that used to love and hug my Xbox every night. Right? Pause. All right. That if it seems like to me that they're trying to deliver you half-cooked cold pizza in a jetpack. You know what I'm saying? Like there's all this fancy ass delivery, but when it comes to the substance, which is the games, it's half-baked. You know what I'm saying? And I echo Thrash's sentiment. I'll even take it a step further. I don't think this generation was what it could have been because of polygons and compute units. You know what I'm saying?
Super fast.
Trash.
So I
can't think of a game.
Yeah.
My bad. Go ahead. My bad, boss. My bad.
No. I was just echoing your sentiment. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I haven't seen a game for the Xbox that I feel utilizes 6 teraflops of power. So that's why I believe. That's why I can't listen to these. Like they're talking about 12 now.
Wait.
They're talking about Sony gonna be 13. I'm like, fuck. Y'all barely utilizing 6.
Yeah.
Y'all barely utilizing 4. Like what?
Hold on a goddamn minute.
What game?
First of all,
go ahead.
I know you got famous off this fucking Gears thing, but Gears is definitely one of those games that showcase it. You can say whatever you want about it.
Who got famous off of Gears?
You can say whatever you want about it and all that shit.
Yeah, you see how you trying to that's in the trash.
That's talking about you, brother.
4K 60. Okay. So
but
it had HDR, had all the part. Like, listen, that game was awesome looking. Even Horizon did too. And let's not forget, most of the fucking games that come out are third-party games. Those third-party games, when they put the effort into it, shined like fucking Red Dead. So yes, you have.
They sure did.
What it can do.
They sure did.
Before you answer that, let me say this real quick, and then Thrash. I know Thrash will pick it right up. It's not just visuals. I think what Thrash is saying, I don't think Thrash is a graphic whore. Excuse my French. I think he cares about gameplay.
Go ahead.
But I think he cares about gameplay. What you're talking about is you saw 6 T-flops of this, and this looked flashy and this looked shiny. I think what Thrash is saying is, where was the gameplay implementation that said this is 6 T-flops, right? Am I right or you wrong?
No, you're right. You're right.
The CPU is the bottleneck. The CPU is the
no, look.
Oh, Lord, are we starting this whole scene? Are we starting this whole scene?
Whoop his ass! Whoop his
ass! Let me help him out. Because I think this is a big problem for this Xbox generation is that they continue to assume when it's not our job to. You're supposed to listen to what Microsoft has sold you. When they first talked about the Xbox Scorpio, when they first talked about it, they said bigger worlds, 4K uncompromised, 60 frames a second, right?
They never said bigger worlds. Why people keep saying, okay, no.
I will play it back for you. The white lady said it.
They said
she said the best frame rates, no compromise.
60. He never said 60.
Okay. So what's the best frame rates? 42? Like, I mean, I don't want to hear that, bro.
Like, so wait. So
maybe that means better than every other console.
To play devil's advocate, didn't PlayStation say your PS Pro that was 4K, but none of the games was 4K? True.
Yeah. Well, no, that's true. No, that's true. They did say that, but they didn't say that. No, what they said. No, yeah, they in fact, when they introduced the Pro, if you do remember the meeting, they went over this whole boring section of them talking about checkerboard rendering and how it works. Did they not? Before the console launch, did they not?
Yes, but how they promote it?
That argument is already bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like they told you before the console came out that it was going to be checkerboard 4K. Tell me if I'm lying.
Dynamic 4K. They make dynamic seem like it was a great thing.
No. They had a whole, bruh. They had a whole, not conference, but a whole meeting, live streamed with that one serial killer dude. What's his name?
Mark Cerny.
Mark Cerny. Yeah. He went through that boring as fuck. I was like super bored, bro. But he went through how checkerboard rendering works, how they're going to use all in his soft tone voice. He went through all of that shit. So you can say, I mean, you shouldn't say that Sony didn't tell you about it because in actuality they did. But people making the games say, oh, this is going to be 4K and this is going to be 4K. They never said checkerboard 4K. I never seen somebody say checkerboard 4K. I've seen,
dynamic,
Digital Foundry and all that, or saying that shit. They was calling it dynamic 4K, which it is dynamic 4K. It is. Because dynamic doesn't just mean one way; it means dynamic. It's different ways to reach 4K.
I know. See,
Microsoft did the same thing.
They pick their words wisely. Like when a singer is dynamic, that's a good thing. When a console dynamic, that's a bad thing. So no,
I mean, I don't know who said it's a bad thing. I just think if a game like Gears of War looks fantastic. If you watch,
it was almost unnecessary.
What was unnecessary?
The Pro, because the games look fine on like you can barely tell the difference from the Pro to the
Digital Foundry. Digital Foundry said the same thing about Gears 5 on the Xbox One S. They said they were identical. The only difference was the resolution and frame rate. They said everything else was identical.
Yes, but frame rate is fucking half the battle.
No, frame rate is half the battle, but that's what I said. That's what I mean when I say that 6 teraflops never showed up. Like 6 teraflops shouldn't mean the what happened to the bigger worlds? What happened to the game? Like you got games like The Last of Us with running on a 1 teraflop machine. Where is Microsoft's game that's shitting on that? I want them to shit. I understand something, bro. I want Microsoft to shit on PlayStation. I want them to.
Hear me out. So you're trying to tell me the gap between 900p and sub 30
it's just sharpness.
That's what it was.
It's just sharpness.
Xbox,
no, it wasn't good enough. But you know what I noticed about you Xbox dudes and PlayStation dudes?
4K.
Yeah,
that's a big jump.
Let me ask you a question. Let me answer me this one question because I keep tripping off gamers who talk like this, bro. You guys don't never say anything about resolution until Digital Foundry tells you what it is. If it really mattered that much, you would automatically know off top. Hey, look, right when you looked at it, you would know, hey, that's 720p. Hey, that's 1080p. Hey, that's 4K. Hey, that's 1440p. I don't see them cats doing that.
But here's the thing: unless you have a big enough TV, most people won't be able to tell that.
No, fuck that big enough TV shit.
I don't know what college professor motherfucker you spoke to before this podcast, but this is brand new, man. Hey, look, you can't do this to us, man. You can't educate us like this.
I do know this. It's just that every time I say something, people think that I'm fanboy, and I'm really for the gamers. Like, if you really want to know about Thrash, I'm 100% for the gamers. Regardless if it's good news or bad news, I'm gonna say what's real because I care about gaming. I don't give a fuck about the war.
Let me tell you this,
I care about gaming.
What you just said was absolute facts. And if you think about the beginning of this generation, Digital Foundry to me is what really kicked that power shit off. We didn't fucking know the difference.
I remember the article. It was on Call of Duty Ghosts. It was on Call of Duty Ghosts. That's what kicked it off.
That's what.
Yep, I remember that shit. And I started rolling my eyes ever since then because I didn't give a fuck about it back then either.
Because they're being dishonest, right?
Yeah. You say what? No, they were being dishonest about Gears of War. They were being dishonest, and that was a service for Xbox fans, not nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like that. To be honest, I look at Digital Foundry as somebody that gamers should trust, not somebody that should take words from Microsoft and then repeat them, acting like they're analyzing something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not an attack on Gears of War. I said buy Gears of War 5. I gave it a 7 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I gave some PlayStation games lower scores than that. I gave that motorcycle game with the white boy with the zombies. I gave that.
That was the shit. You don't like Days
in the
Gone?
70s.
Man.
Days Gone was the shit. You ain't like that?
Thrash's live stream of Days Gone was fucking hilarious. Okay, that shit was fucking hilarious. Okay, I give it whatever score Thrash gives after that damn live stream because that shit was fucking hilarious.
Did you finish Days Gone?
Yeah, I finished it. I've been finished it.
Don't you think it was about 20 hours too long though?
Yeah, it was. No, I mean they put a lot of filler in, but that's why I don't like about open world games. That's what they gotta do to make it seem like it's worth something, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's an open world game that doesn't have the kind of filler that Grand Theft Auto would have because you're not shooting pool, you're not racing, you're not, you just running from zombies. So they gotta do something. So but they did too much of something, you know?
Yeah.
But it was a rookie, they was rookies at it. They was the first full console game instead of a handheld game. So I think they did a good job, but I mean, I think Gears of War was fine, but I just think that I know that Digital Foundry, they bullshitted about it, and they shouldn't have bullshitted about it. That's why I got on the ass.
I'm gonna take it a step further. I think Digital Foundry was full of bullshit from the beginning of the generation. They're knowledgeable. I'm not saying that they're knowledgeable, but I'm gonna echo the same sentiment. The fact that we was focused on polygons and compute units, where we're paying $500, $400 for these consoles, and now we're looking at $500. They kept our eye off the prize. Where are, like you said, Thrash, the bigger worlds? Where are the more dynamic missions? Where is the shit that just isn't filler, but the shit that's like special programming that makes you feel like, okay, I'm in this open place, but there's really a whole bunch of crazy shit happening.
But we know why. It's just the CPU
but by them focusing on, here's the problem then.
Why would the CPU?
Wait a minute. Here's
because
the
CPU does the computing for all the the number stuff, not the graphical stuff, but the behind the scenes stuff, like the AI and the amount of characters that can be on a fucking screen. Like they take care of that stuff. So when they had more zombies in fucking Dead Rising 3, that's because of the CPU, not because of GPU. So that was still fucking bottleneck that they can make the games look super pretty, but that's all they could do with the newer models because they were using the same chip. So, with this, we're getting a better CPU.
Go ahead, Buns. My bad.
I'm up here, but you're up here. You're bringing up the damn CPU and all that shit, okay? Because of the teraflops of power. We all know the more powerful a system is, whether it's the CPU or the GPU, you can still do more. Look at what the shit the Switch is fucking doing, and I don't even know what the fuck is in it.
Resolution
they fucking optimize the hell out of that shit. You're saying they can't optimize? Yeah. You saying they can't optimize the CPU or the GPU of the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One?
They were so focused on the polygons and the anti-aliasing and the compute units and this shit. See, here's my problem. When you looked at the 360 era, you started seeing generational leaps. I think the 360 PlayStation 3 era was even better than this era because that's the era that Uncharted was even born. That was the era that Mass Effect and BioShock was born. This generation, you didn't see those type of gameplay leaps because they were focused on pushing every polygon. And that's where I think we got fucked up at.
Yeah, that's the GPU.
Oh, super fast.
Making it look prettier. They were making it bigger.
Yeah, but we shouldn't care about that.
Lesser CPU.
I'm just telling you what it is.
They made a BioShock and a lesser CPU. You didn't see Infinite. I don't care what people say. Infinite don't fuck with one. It don't fuck with one. My whole homie Kevin Levine was on shrooms when he did that shit. Period. That shit. It don't fuck with one. You don't see that type of ingenuity. Not because of the CPU bottleneck. It's because where they focus the majority of their resources.
Yeah. Hey, yo, he said something. He said this generation was ruined by games as a service.
That could be that's a fair argument.
That too.
That's
too.
Fair.
Hey, you know who started that?
Here he goes.
You know who started that?
No. I remember EA saying that shit first.
I made a whole documentary on
the video. Go ahead, say it.
What the video? What video? What video you talking about?
Nigga, we had this conversation before.
Nigga, PlayStation started it.
That's not what you said before.
No. That's because like I said, I went and researched the shit. I was researching PlayStation for their documentary I did. And I found that they are the ones that started that shit.
Really?
They started it. Yeah, they started games as a service with Gaikai. When they bought Gaikai, they was all in people forget that Sony was on their last legs when they bought Gaikai.
Yeah,
they had to do something. The iPhones killed everything they was trying to do with their own technology. Samsung come in, they were literally on their last legs, and they had to do something to kind of shake shit up. So they went and bought Gaikai. Right. Gaikai, when I show an interview that Gaikai was given to all the heads of all the gaming, and they were all talking about Netflix of gaming, games as a service, breaking games down into pieces. If y'all ain't watched that video, you need to watch it, bro. Like I spend a lot of time trying to give gamers real information, bro. Real shit. I look for real information and I find it and I give you not from my mouth, but from theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, bro. It's like Sony started this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, bro. Like once you get into it, it's real crazy, all that shit going on.
But you got a super chat, or you want me to get it?
I'll get it for you. RNB the third with the $5. Is Thrash okay? He sounds totally different from the guy that was sounding like he was having a brain aneurysm about day and date. Man's sound a PhD.
I told you your wording don't sound like a PhD. When I'm on somebody else's podcast, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to, I know my brand, the way I speak and the way I talk. I'm talking like I'm at work right now, bro. So it's like I don't want to disrespect nobody's channel, dog. I found that I was probably, like
we disrespect.
I know, but but I don't want nobody to get fucked off.
We real niggas on here because you can be.
I know, but it's 100% respect. I mean, I've been watching y'all from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas they can be calling me a PS4 fanboy. I mean, I watched a lot of Xbox. And I don't watch the big Xbox ones, the RDXs. I don't watch that shit. Sound bullshit. I don't watch fucking any other ones. I watch y'all. I watch Z sometimes, and who else? I was trying to watch Iron Lord, but nah.
You don't mind people engaging each other, right?
Nah, hell no. Nah. Why would I? No. I mean, I think it's healthy. I think gamers need to discuss as long as we are willing to learn. I'm willing to learn. That's why I watch. I'm willing to learn from anybody. So. Nobody done corrected me. I don't know how many goddamn times on my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I think that's the problem with gamers. Gamers aren't willing to learn. They're willing to say, "Hey, this is what I believe. Fuck what you think," and it shouldn't be that way. We need to start learning from each other and understanding and listening to each other.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Sit down and learn and listen, bro. Yeah, it's real shit. Hey,
this is a different nigga that's on Twitter. I'm gonna say that right now because he didn't argue me down on Twitter about some bullshit. Knowing he was trolling.
I'm a troll. I'm a for sure troll, but I always have truth in I always put a little bit of truth in there just to fuck with people. That PC shit, that comparison I did, it might be trolling, but in all honesty, it's a whole grip of truth. It just in that right there. That's what's triggering people because they can't answer the question. They can't give me a game that's better. So my bad. Go ahead.
The next topic is a topic, man. A couple months ago, I remember Thrash was saying, no, actually it was like 5 or 6 months ago. Thrash is on Twitter like, nigga. He was like, yeah, nigga, fuck y'all nigga. PS now, nigga. Shit, nigga. Yeah. He was like, no, fuck PS now, nigga. But look, it's a real conversation now. Now, hey, PS now is starting to add some pretty good games in there, bro. They just added Control, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and Wolfenstein 2. Now, even though Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Wolfenstein 2 was in Game Pass, now they're not. Well, I don't know. I know Shadow was gone, but I'm not sure Wolfenstein gone. But Control, we all know about this shit.
Fuck that money.
But that shit probably on PS now before Xbox Game Pass. So let's have a real conversation about Xbox Game Pass versus PS Now. Now, PS Now does have more games in there. Now, Thrash, how many games are downloadable? Like 200-300 in there or something? Or?
I think like 436 now.
Okay, that's downloadable.
That's downloadable. Everything coming out now is downloadable. Even Tomb Raider and all that shit. All that shit new that just came in is downloadable.
The only shit that's like you got to stream is like the PS1 or PS2 games, right? Or PS3.
Yeah, PS3 and some PS2. I think the PS2 you could download.
I believe PS3 shit.
If I'm not mistaken.
It's the sell process. So
look,
that's what it is.
Now I have a question for the panel. Did Game Pass put a little bit of pressure on PS Now to get better?
Yes, and it's a good thing.
I think so.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
And it's absolutely good. I'm thinking about subscribing to PS Now, bro, on everything. You know what I'm saying?
You should have been did it. I mean, $9 for 800 games. Well, 900 games now.
Like, Game Pass right now. I know, like Game Pass, like Xbox exclusives are dead and date, but right now they haven't had the greatest exclusives. But they have some coming that's pretty big, like Halo. You know, or even though it's a smaller game, it's still a pretty big game. But PS Now, see,
they also one thing is too. They also get a lot of indies day and date.
Huh?
So they also get a lot of indies day and date when they release too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about like Game Pass, right? Oh, you're talking about PS
Yeah,
Now.
not Game Pass.
Yeah, so
Somebody asked Tsunami what the hell he's smacking on.
Hey, Tsunami, what the fuck are you eating? You don't shut your jaws the fuck up.
I start to tell you every week, and you don't stop talking. Shut the fuck up.
That's for my bad.
Hey, that's
for Snow Bunny ass.
Did you hear, bro?
That's for Snow Bunny ass. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I hear you smacking in my ear, and I'm like, what the hell is he eating?
I know Noah trying to get him. Neither ain't gonna say shit. Well, Noah don't say he say shit either. But Noah playing Ori and shit.
Yeah, get Noah here.
Yeah, hey, Neither's. I'm gonna pull you up for a second, bro. Neither's. He got this shit muted. He ain't saying shit. Let me see.
Because he know the king is in the room. The better cook is in the room.
No, what's up, bro? You here?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's happening, man?
What's up, man?
Oh no,
hey, man, because niggas wasn't saying shit, bro. You kind of, man. Hey, sorry, man, this shit kind of first come, first serve, bro. First 6 years. So if you ain't here, it's like, sorry, you know. You playing you play Ori. Hey, yo, Devin, I'm gonna put this Ori on right quick. But yeah, so hey, yo, no, maybe you think about this shit, man. Like, PS Now is looking pretty good now, right?
Bro, that goes to show that competition is good, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
So competition is good. Like the fact that Microsoft has been doing so horrible this gen when it comes to games, I think that's the reason why we got Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, and trying to compete with Sony. So I mean, they push each other. We don't want to be in a situation where it's just one platform.
Absolutely, we don't want that, man. Because shit, I love PlayStation fucking games. Everybody know that. I'm an Xbox dude, but I love PlayStation games. I don't want to see them go, and I hope PlayStation guys don't want to see Xbox go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do.
I hate Nintendo, but I don't want to see them.
I need Xbox to bounce.
No, but I have a weird question for you.
Can I keep it real?
Yeah.
A lot of these Sony dudes want to see Xbox go to where the dodo buried.
A lot of them do.
I do. I'm one of them.
But they
not because it's Xbox though, but because they're not competing. Like, why are you here if you're not going to compete? That's how I look at it. Like, the competition is where we win at. When these two companies compete against each other, like Sega was with Nintendo. Like when they compete, that generation right there, when they was competing with the Genesis Super NES, had some crazy games cracking. If y'all Echo the Dolphin.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying?
That fucking
no, but I'm just saying, like, they really pushed, bro. They really did. Sonic, man, come on.
Why do you feel like they're not competing?
Yeah,
like,
why do you feel like they are? Do you feel like
the past 2 years
that they don't intend to compete, or the games just haven't been up to par?
They don't want to compete. They don't. If they wanted to compete, then they would have competed already. Okay, like, so I know Xbox, bro. Like the last generation, I had a 360 before I had a PS4. I mean PS3. Like that, they was competing.
I have to disagree with you, bro, because you don't spend R&D on a 12 teraflop machine.
You don't buy.
That's the problem. Is that competing?
You don't buy.
Hold on. I hear you. I understand that. I understand that.
You got to be more specific, Thrash. I know where you're getting, but be more specific.
Yeah,
bro.
I'll be more specific. All right. As far as breaking it down, first of all, hardware has always been upgraded. There's always been the most powerful console every generation since the beginning of gaming. All right. So them putting money into a console, you got to understand that they were the last ones to even bring out an updated console. Then they did it because they had to, not because they wanted to. They had Nintendo coming out with the Switch. You had Sony coming out with the Pro. That's why they came out a year and a half later, bro. They came out a year and a half later.
Talk about the X? Talk about the X?
For the X.
That's competing.
No. That's not compete. That's not called competing. That's called surviving because you compete with games, right? But you build your platform. You build your platform, but you compete
to this college. Oh shit! Go ahead.
You compete with games. It's the only way. We are gamers, bro. Listen. We are gamers, not developers. Developers worry about the hardware. Gamers worry about the software. There's no other way around that. No other way around that shit. No matter how much you want to say it. What you gonna do with 6 teraflops? Are you gonna open it up and make a game? Like, what is 6 teraflops gonna do for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's 13? If Sony, I hope Sony's 9 teraflops, bro. I hope.
Wait. If that's the case, why even get a PS5?
What do you mean? Why even get a Switch? Why is Switch selling more than the Xbox? Why did the Nintendo Switch outsell the Xbox in record time, bro?
And the PS4.
What you mean? It outsold the Xbox. It has not outsold the PlayStation 4. It's outselling it. It's outselling it. No. Listen. I'm not talking about pacing. I'm not talking about pacing. It's outselling, but it already outsold the Xbox in less time than it took the Xbox to be out, bro. Okay, like the Xbox was out 3 years, and it outsold it in 2.
People can say all the stuff they want about Nintendo. Xbox is still selling more games and making more money on
no, they're not.
That they put out there. Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Moss, give it to Moss. Moss, give it to him, Moss.
Hey, Moss, don't lie, Moss.
Moss, give it to him, Moss.
They're making more money.
You think that? Okay. Y'all want to have this battle? You want to have this battle? Let's go.
Hold on, we got
a super chat. Yeah,
super chat.
Okay.
Yep, Xavier Bay. Thank you for the $2. Sony is not Xbox competition. It's Google.
It sure isn't.
Google
Hell Stadia. Facts. Super facts. But go ahead. Let me know how Microsoft is making more money than Nintendo, right?
I think what they're trying to say, Thrash, is that because not Nintendo, but Xbox been out longer, so in totality, they have more software sold. But I don't know if you look at it ratio from when when Switch. Hold on. Let me finish. When the Switch released up until now, I don't know if their attach rate is higher or lower than Xbox. I haven't seen any numbers on that. Have you seen numbers on that?
I've seen a little bit.
What numbers are you asking for?
16, 10 point something, and 9.
Oh, you're talking about as far as making money. You're talking okay.
No,
okay. Give me those numbers.
We're talking about P&L, brother.
Okay. So, all right. So they're saying that, which is true, that with 3 times more output, Sony isn't making 3 times as much revenue, which is true. But I don't think that's the point that you're trying to make. It's successful.
I'm trying to make.
Well, Sony is making the revenue. What's the profit?
That's what I was just going to say. That's what I was going to say.
Might be slimmer, but
also money made.
Yeah, well, profit is. Let me help you out, bro. Because profit is money made, right? Revenue is money. Revenue is money made off of you without counting what it took for them to make the money off of you.
Correct. I know. So revenue versus profit is
okay. Revenue versus profit. So what number are we talking about?
I'm not talking about profit. Just amount sold. Just amount sold. They sold.
This amount sold.
The amount they made. I mean.
Okay. Go ahead.
16 billion versus almost 11 versus 9. But the PlayStation has almost 3 times as many consoles out there. So how is it making so little compared to Xbox, which a way less install base? 16 to 11.
What number? What kind of numbers are you talking about? Are you talking about units? Or are you talking about dollars? What are you talking about?
Dollars.
He's talking about dollars. He's talking about dollars.
Dollars.
Yes.
Dollars in what? Revenue or profit?
Just gaming. No,
not profit.
In relation to gaming.
Not profit. So revenue.
Gaming revenue.
Gaming revenue. Okay. Now, not profit, but revenue. Now, let me tell you. Let me help you out with this. All right. There, you said that Microsoft is making. They have a higher number in revenue in gaming than Sony does, even though Sony has more people, right? They have more consoles.
No. I'm not saying more. I'm saying PlayStation's making 16 with 3 times the install base of an Xbox. Xbox is making almost 11 with the third. If you do
Okay.
the math, that should be 3 times as much as the Xbox, right? Or it should be 3 times
No.
less, as what? You have 3 more.
There's no such thing as of what should or shouldn't be
If
in
I sell
anything, especially when
100 million consoles, why am I not selling the same amount of games as Xbox?
Excuse me. I think
Sony sells more games than Xbox.
But in total, because there's more, but not by money made. The money.
No. I mean, even if you go third party games and you put them side by side, who sells more? Sony sold more.
I know by 5 million.
Okay,
that's too close. Why is it so close?
Right, there's no such thing as too close. If you come in second by half of a millisecond and you come in too close,
it's being tripled in sales.
You're still in second.
What he's saying, Thrash. But we're gonna dissect this. What he's saying, Thrash, is that Sony has almost 3 times more attach rate. But how come they don't have 3 times more revenue? Which I understand that, but here's what we're not taking into consideration.
Oh, here you go, Captain.
Xbox may have less of a console attach rate, but they have a very steady software attach rate. Why? Because they create first-party multiplats like Minecraft, right? And then what's also embedded in that number is DLC and shit off of games that are bought off of Windows as well. Those numbers aren't just Xbox numbers. Those are Windows gaming's numbers. You know what I'm saying? So
nobody plays fucking games on Windows. They play on fucking
no,
stop it.
You're insane. You're insane. If all those Minesweeper type games, those things make money off of Windows gaming. With that being said, that's not how does that benefit you as a hardcore? Are you serious? Are you trying? Look at the top games that are on Microsoft Windows, and they are selling a lot, and they're outpacing games
what
on the Xbox.
What are you buying in Minesweeper?
Okay, I just use my.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
let me help him out too. Let me help him out.
Type game.
Let me help him out too. Okay, the attach, like you talking about the games revenue, and because Sony has a higher attach rate than Microsoft. I mean, not attach rate, a higher number than Microsoft. How come? Let me answer that for you. It's because Microsoft is a third-party developer. They have games on PlayStation that they're counting. They have games on cell phones that they're counting. They have games on everywhere that they're counting. Sony doesn't have that.
So besides 3 games, what are you talking about? Because the only games I know is Minecraft. You're talking about the 3 games.
Minecraft is
like
the
biggest
single,
game in the world.
I get it.
One of the biggest. Minecraft saved the Xbox.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, it did. No, it did. For sure.
It's not saving it.
It saved the Xbox.
It's not saving Xbox.
The dealer said it himself, bro. It saved the Xbox.
Did not save Xbox. Xbox was else.
All right.
They probably
what saved it? What sold more?
They would have the money.
You're arguing the wrong point, Tsunami.
Huh?
The argument was he said that Microsoft is not competing. I wouldn't say that. If you say that Microsoft did a not so great job in competing this gen, I could agree, but I can't agree with
they're not competing.
That they're not.
Well, I say they're not competing because what are they doing to compete? What Forza, Gears, and Halo?
You got Sony holding out on pricing their next console because they're waiting to see what Microsoft is going to price theirs at.
That's not competing. That's not true either. They already know. That's not true either.
They said that.
How do you know this?
Bruh, trust me on this when I tell you, dog. They are not worried about Microsoft. Microsoft isn't worried about PlayStation, and PlayStation isn't worried about Microsoft. They're in 2 different directions.
Now that's not true because normally
say it again.
I think they are worried about each other. Though.
Sony said that they're waiting on the competition.
I don't think
they literally said that.
They're not waiting on the Switch. The Switch isn't releasing the console this year. The only company releasing a console this year that I'm aware of is Microsoft. So
that's not true either. Is Nintendo Switch going to stop selling as soon as PlayStation come out? Are they going to just pull that console streets?
So you're trying to say that Sony is waiting to see how well Nintendo sells before they price the PS5?
No. Sony isn't looking at none of their competition as to what their strategy is on how they're going to run their
bugging
content.
if you believe that.
They said that on the call.
How am I bugging? Y'all are bugging if y'all believe that, bro. No company that is first place in its market is going to look at the people who are third place to see what they are doing in order to strategize.
That's the point I'm looking for on Twitter. That's the nigga
third
right
place
there.
is a monster.
What? No, this is
Bring 'em
real
out.
talk. This not even no pony shit. Why would Sony care what
Because they literally said
Microsoft
it.
does if they already have the brand, bro?
Did
They don't
360
need to. Who said it? Who said?
Did,
Ooh,
did,
what?
360 have the brand last gen? And how did that go? All right.
Did they have the? They didn't have the brand last year.
Yes, they
No,
did.
What you mean?
Hey, hold on. But didn't Jim
Whoa.
Ryan say you
Yeah,
can't?
Jim Ryan. Yeah, they did. And Thresh, they did say that, and the reason why I think that they're doing that is because they want to make sure that they can undercut Xbox, and that's okay. That's okay. They just want to make
Y'all
sure
be
that they
falling
undercut
for
Xbox.
Okie
But you don't concern yourself.
dokies.
If you're not concerned about
Why?
Hey, somebody send him the
In
link.
God's,
Somebody send him the link.
why would y'all ever listen to the salesman? Why? I don't understand why y'all listen to the salesman. Why? Okay, look. Let me answer me this.
Wow.
Why would Sony? No. Listen to it. Be into it. No, be in it in a real way, right? Be at it in a real way. If Sony was, why would Sony give away their fucking strategy to Microsoft? If that was their strategy, why would they do it?
I
Answer me that question.
They had Larry investors.
Yeah.
They had Larry
Never
investors.
trust.
They got
The only reason why he said that is to shut gamers up. Never believe the
That made him more
salesman.
mad. That made him more mad.
No. So are y'all telling me right now today that Sony gave away their strategy to their competition?
Wait,
Are y'all telling me that they?
I think they did it, Thrash, because they feel so confident in their product. And again, I'm not capping. They feel so confident in their product. They're like, fuck it. Okay, we're just gonna let y'all know. We ain't showing y'all shit right now because we waiting to see what Microsoft's price is so we can undercut them. I think they feel that.
That's
confident.
right. Because look. Didn't Jim Ryan say you can't assume that you're just going to? Just because you dominated this generation, you can't assume you're going to dominate next generation.
Right.
I think that's why they're doing it. I don't
Yeah,
think
he
they're
said
doing it
that.
'cause they're
Listen,
afraid.
they got to pay.
They just wanna make-
Okay, Thrash. Let's not use the word worried. They're paying attention to Microsoft. You don't think they're paying attention to them?
No, you got to pay attention to everybody, but they're not worried about nobody. Especially, they're not waiting for Microsoft in order to make the moves what they need to. That they're going to make with their system.
It's a concern.
Hold on.
I mean, why would it be?
What they're telling you?
If they were concerned, they would have never said anything, bro. If they were concerned, they would have never said nothing.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this.
Why would they say it so Microsoft could wait even longer? Like, why would they? It doesn't make sense when you think about it. Like, why would they give away what they're doing?
Here's what I think it is. I think they just said that to A, fuel the console wars, and B, to shut the hell up to get everybody off their fucking case.
Wait, did he say that after they announced the after the Game Awards? After they announced what they look like, what everything looked like with the Series X? Was this after that?
After that was after
right after.
That was after CES.
Right after that. Oh, well, then that's why he said that.
Not right after. It was like
this was after the logo. This was after the logo. This was like recent.
Yeah.
So recent. So they had to say something in order to keep Xbox. Microsoft does the same thing.
Why aren't they saying anything, Thrash?
Look, here's something to think about. Z pointed this out, and I think it was relevant. Like this could potentially be, if the numbers are right. Like, let's just say if Xbox is 12.7 teraflops and the PlayStation is 9.2. This will be the first time that PlayStation led into a generation where they didn't have the most powerful machine. They led into the generation with the most powerful machine with the PlayStation 1. With the PlayStation 2, they were more powerful than the Dreamcast. With the PlayStation 3, they were more powerful than the 360. It's just it was easier to develop for the 360. And of course, this generation, they were more powerful with the PlayStation 4. And I think what their concern might be, they're not worried, but their concern might be is that if they are 9.2 teraflops and Thrash, me and you, we know teraflops don't mean shit to gameplay. Right. So it's not to tell all be all, but they know the perception that's out there, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. The perception did.
The perception is out there. They may say, okay, if it's evaluated that we're at 9.2 teraflops and our console is 500 and the Xbox is 500 at 12.7, then we might have an issue here. So let's make sure that we're at least at 400. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say this?
That's reasonable. That's reasonable to me.
No, that is. If it's about perception and it's reasonable, but then it doesn't make sense as to why they would say we're waiting for Xbox and what they're going to do. Because then that'll tell Microsoft, okay, well then let's wait. You know, like why would they
did
wouldn't
it on
give
an
away that
investor
kind of
call.
strategy if that's what they were
That's
doing.
where they did it on an investor call, and investors was getting angst, like how the investors got angst with Fortnite. Remember how I was even out there making videos. Sony will never do crossplay, right? And then they got on the investor call with the investors that was making them all angst and shit, and then they end up doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it came out, because it was an investor call.
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
Said teraflops don't matter.
You said what now? Say again.
Moss said teraflops don't matter, right?
Yeah, buddy.
They don't.
Same guy that restarts the stream. He restarts his streams over 10 times a day because he's running 59 frames per second.
That's not, ain't got nothing to do with that.
He just wants some more free shit from Google. That's all that is right there. Don't worry about that.
That ain't got to do with teraflops.
Hold on, y'all.
But gentlemen,
y'all. Snowbunny tried to talk.
yes, gentlemen. But we got to think about it this way too. Because like I said, all this shit speculation. Let's say if the PlayStation 4 is at that 9.2 teraflops versus that Xbox 12 teraflops. Everybody in this damn chat, everybody in the world know PlayStation will try to get as much money as they fucking possibly can. They would release that shit at $5.99, but they know that Xbox is more powerful. So when it comes out, people will be like, well, why the hell am I going to pay the same price and it's less power? That's what I think they're waiting on also.
The same thing that happened this gen.
Exactly.
But that proves my point, though, that they do see Microsoft as a competitor. They see the Xbox Series X as competition. If they didn't,
wait a minute, but that's the thing. Nobody ever said Sony didn't see Xbox as competition. Everybody said.
No, I said Microsoft isn't competing. No, I said they're not competing. They're not being competitive. That's why they.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
they came on Game Pass, right?
Two people want to get in here for a quick second. Z and Nito.
Yeah.
So who you climb out for text? Nobody. Okay, yeah, but stay right here.
I can jump out too. Let me jump out.
Let me bring in
bring in Nito's and Z. Yeah, bring in Nito's and Z. I'll jump out.
All right, let me bring in Nito's.
Let me see. How do I jump out?
Just hold on. I'll take you out.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let me add Nito's and let me send Z this link right quick. Neff.
All right, there we go. My bad, y'all. Okay. My bad. I had to switch my computer and shit.
Yeah, sorry, man. This shit is first come, first serve, man. This stream, I like it a lot, bro. But the 6 people.
Nah, I know. I wish it was at least 8 or 10, honestly.
Yeah, 8 would be perfect. So let me send.
Especially if you're paying for it.
Yeah. I'm spending $20 a month on this shit.
All right.
God damn, 20.
I need a better PC. Yeah, I just need a better PC.
Drop a super chat for my guy.
Hey, okay. Let's be honest here, Tsunami. They pass you the ball and you fucked that all up. All right, let's be honest here.
About what?
We can't say that Microsoft isn't competing, Thrash. We can't say Sony doesn't view them as competition. Everyone looks at everyone. It doesn't matter if you're first place or not. It don't matter if you're first place or not. Everyone looks at everyone how they make money. We can't sit here and say like Sony ain't going to do this, they ain't going to do that. We got to be honest here. They view Microsoft as competition. They use EA as competition. They view everyone as competition. They look at how you make money.
What?
Your time
and making games and making money.
No, but you see, Microsoft is in the process of trying to make a new market in gaming, right? They're trying to attack the market that they can attack and be number one at because they see they can't do it in this console shit. Reason why Phil Spencer himself is saying that he doesn't see Sony and Nintendo as competition.
He doesn't see them as competition. He sees them as customers.
Right? Yeah, he does.
That's why
that's facts. That's a third-party company.
But
Microsoft is a third-party company.
But I don't think you understand why, though. They don't. It isn't like they can't win a console war. Goddamn, they won the 360 and killed it, right? We gotta be honest. They probably tied with PlayStation, but they went and they were David Goliath type shit.
They sold more consoles.
No, that was some David Goliath, some shit. No,
PlayStation 3 outsold the Xbox 360.
No, but we're talking about software and everything. That was David Goliath right there.
Every year.
No. That's console sold, not money made.
Yeah.
What you mean money made? Nobody.
The 360 killed in software, which what matters.
PS2 lost $2 billion on PS3 lost $2 billion.
Nigga, do you know how much Microsoft lost with the Red Razor?
They made that shit back.
Who is this guy?
They made that
not as much.
They made that shit back in a year or two.
How much they lose?
I heard it was like $2 billion.
How much did Sony gain from PlayStation Plus that generation?
Sony and Microsoft,
how much did Microsoft gain from Xbox Live?
Combined lost $8 billion last generation.
Wait, hold on. How much did Microsoft gain from Xbox Live? And look what Sony did. You said they didn't look at Microsoft as competition?
They
were number one, as you said.
Live.
No, what?
No. You said the number one person doesn't look like. Okay, you said PlayStation 3 is number one, right? That's what you say. You also said the number one person doesn't look at second place.
PlayStation 3 sold the most consoles last generation.
You said they won.
Well,
okay.
No.
So how does the first place look at the second place and PlayStation Plus?
I never said they won. I said Nintendo Wii won. I said they sold more than Microsoft.
Xbox sold more games and they made more revenue and money. So like
did they?
Total,
they made more revenue.
They made more revenue.
You don't make revenue. Revenue isn't money. How much money did they spend?
They didn't spend nearly as much. Y'all took a loss with every.
They didn't spend nearly as much. I mean, if you don't, but right now, see, look, what your problem right now, bro, is that you sitting here guessing, bro. You sitting here guessing. You don't know. Give me the numbers. If you know what they sold, if you're speaking on it, if you're speaking on it like it's fact, though. Yo, listen, it's not fact. The only thing you're doing is talking, bro.
Listen, no. All I'm saying is I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I've been on podcasts where Z is going on it forever about it. So trust me, I know.
Okay.
I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Z work for them niggas? Where's he at? Z, you work for them?
You can ask that nigga. But anyway, I could tell you, games sold Xbox on 360. Fuck the console. Xbox.
Okay, but that's your problem too. You breaking shit down into segments. All right. At the end of the day, it's the bottom line. So if they didn't make money in the bottom line, they didn't make money in the bottom line.
So if everybody owned two consoles, but they bought all their games on the Xbox, who won?
What do you mean? Who won? What do you mean who won?
The console war was by a couple million difference. It was like maybe 90 versus 80.
Wait, how much did the PS3 cost? 500 to 600?
600 when it came out. They had to take a loss.
And how much did it cost to build the PS3? How much did it cost?
You tell me. You got the computer in front of you. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit there and like this nigga act like I said I know the number,
motherfucker.
Okay, 305 to make it, and they sold it for 600.
How much money were they making? I mean, losing per PS3.
Wait! You just said it cost 600 and it cost 300 to make.
No, it cost $805 to make a PS3.
And they had to drop the price to 400 because they fucking wasn't selling.
Okay, so they took that a loss too. I just said like literal seconds ago that Microsoft and PlayStation collectively lost $8 billion last generation. I said that. I never said either one of them made money last generation.
They made money though.
So what's the argument? They didn't make. They lost $8 billion, bro. What the fuck? They both sold at a loss
on that particular thing, but they made.
What you mean on that? That's only one thing, my guy. There's only one thing.
This is what you don't understand, Thresh. This is what you don't understand. The PS3 only had to rely on this software, right? Microsoft had Xbox Live that was just making a killing.
That's fine.
They didn't.
They lost both of them lost money last generation. While you on your computer typing, type up how much money Microsoft made off the 360 generation. Did they lose or make money? Not revenue, profit. How much did they make?
They made money. Trust me.
Okay, well, you got the computer in front of you. Look it up, nigga. Like I don't understand. I don't need to hear it. Give me the proof.
I'm not on the computer.
Hey,
I heard somebody typing. I don't know. Nico's got a computer in front of him. I can tell by his voice.
They made add some money out of the Connect alone.
Oh,
yeah, about to say the Connect also.
I'm just saying.
That Connect broke the record, right?
You have to realize Microsoft was making at least $2 billion off Xbox Live every goddamn year. Sony wasn't doing that.
They had Minecraft back then.
Thrash. They did not win 360.
How much money Microsoft lose or win, man? That's all I want to know. I mean, we can talk about the semantics
with the Red Ring of Death.
Semantics.
Yeah, you think the Red Ring of Death was?
Yeah, how much money did Microsoft when they walked away from the 360?
I can tell you the story.
How much money did they make?
When they went to Bomber and said, "Yo, we need to fix this shit, or we're gonna fucking bomb." Bomb said, "Go ahead, replace all them bitches. I don't care. We're making all this bread. Fix all them shit for free."
You making all this bread? No, they wanted to maintain their motherfucking Xbox Live accounts. Is what they wanted to do, my guy.
That's called.
Hell yeah, they did. But still, you're answering my question though. How much money they make?
Hello there.
Oh,
Then we got
What's up, Zig?
right
Get this fuck nigga, please.
What's up, light skin nigga? What's up, light skin cuz?
We got a super chat right quick, y'all. We got a super chat right quick. R&B the third with the $2. There's the old thrash. I know. Keep calm,
that pony motherfucker.
There you go.
I'm calm. I just want the answers. That's all.
Yo, what the fuck is Streamlabs? What the fuck is this?
This is like the new Google Hangout.
I got the PC, so I got to run this kind of shit.
Oh, all right. Listen, man. I looked in your chat. You had 30 people in there, but I don't get started at least 100 more. But I'm gonna spot you.
Shit, well, they ain't gonna have to talk my career high is
my opinion. What's going on? Who y'all got a break?
All right, so
this pro bono work.
This game.
Work.
You know my shit unbreakable.
All right, how about this? Which one made more money, the Wii, 360, or PS3? Thrash says the damn Wii.
No, the 360.
Oh, you said what the fuck?
You said the Wii was number one, right?
No, you said the Wii.
No, I said the Wii sold the most. The Wii sold the most consoles, bro.
Who won last
the
generation?
360 made more money.
Oh my god! You know what? I'm not finna go through this fucking.
I don't care about
this. This is what I'm talking about. When y'all want to stupid, you put up a computer in front of yourself, and then you want to bring up a number, and then say, "Okay, who won this?" Like, bruh, did Microsoft? You got that computer in front of you. You got all the information, my nigga. How much money did Microsoft make, nigga?
It down for you.
All right, listen. Are we talking about
shit? Fuck breaking it down. Just tell me the number.
Hold on. We can stand together. We can talk.
Stupid shit.
Bring them out.
Hold on 1 second. If you're saying the Wii sold more consoles, right? But the Wii was also sold at about $150, $200. The Xbox, right? They were like $300-$400, right? But Microsoft also they sold a lot more software, like and Xbox Live and even games services with microtransactions. They made a lot of money. Actually, they made we're not talking about Sony. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo games aren't set up like that before at that time. Only for microtransactions, but I don't. They might have been neck and neck with software systems. I don't know, but we sold more hardware. But if I'm not mistaken, Microsoft made more revenue. There's a lot to go into revenue because revenue.
That's a problem. Yeah, revenue don't mean shit. Yeah, like it's not about profit.
It's not.
How much they lost in the Ring of Death?
About $2 billion.
Like revenue don't mean
they lost $2 billion on the Ring of Death.
Told you.
But how much money do they make from Live every year?
Okay.
Now,
this extra
billion.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
But they made Microsoft made $2 billion.
They lost.
No.
They lost $2 billion. They lost $2 billion on the Ring of Death. They lost about $2 billion. That's why that generation, even with Sony lost money with the cell and the 3D ownership. That's why that generation
and the hack and all that shit too. That was the worst generation for money making and gaming.
That's why
not history though. That ET. That's why that ET generation.
That's why that generation lasted 8 or 9 years. That's what. Hold on. Wait, I'm still in Discord. Hold on 1 second. Am I in Discord? Hold on 1 second. Let me hop out of Discord real quick. Wait, they can't hear me.
I just want to know how much they make.
Wait, hold on. Hey.
That's what I want to know.
Wait, hold on. If I hop out of Discord, hold on 1 second, because I'm in my Discord. I'm on Twitch. Hold up. Make sure my Twitch audience can still hear me. Wait, let me see. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Can you guys still hear me? Wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah.
Oh, this fucking nigga double streaming.
Now I'm streaming. I just said it was. Somebody said they needed his jaw broke. I'm doing pro bono work. I'm doing the lawyers work.
I need to see, my nigga. I got that good ass defense, homie. Yeah. I mean, I still not hearing nothing about nobody's how much they actually made. You know what I mean? Y'all want to bring up numbers.
I can't even have cop and have unlocked.
I don't even know the argument.
So wait. So I'm breaking down. So we were talking about why would the second place why would the first place dictate to the second place? So basically, why would PlayStation wait to see what Xbox is doing?
Wait, who's in second place? Who's in second place?
Xbox.
No, they're not.
The main thing is
oh my god.
They in third place. I mean, what you want me to tell you?
Second place via revenue.
Yes.
We don't talk console no more. We talk revenue. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just trying to catch up. Go ahead.
There you go.
So how much Nintendo revenue? How much they making their revenue?
Why would the leader be dictated by a loser? I said, well, PlayStation 3 did it. You said no, PlayStation 3 won last gen. I said they sold more consoles, but they didn't win last gen.
No. I said they sold more consoles last gen. You said they won.
I said. If
I would say anybody won last gen when it comes to console sales, it's gonna be the Wii.
No one said 360 kicked PlayStation ass. You said no, they did.
Software, yeah, they did. They sold a lot more software, a higher attach rate. Yeah.
So basically, I said at the beginning of the generation, how to go for Xbox. Everybody that had Xbox 360s went to PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So why do you think this is
R&B
like
just
some of the
text
same
me
thing?
in the DM that after a quick Google search, they only lost 1.5 billion on the rare rings of death.
God damn.
A quick Google search. That's what.
How much did they make?
I
thought it was. I actually thought it was.
I thought it was 2 billion, but okay, 1.5. I thought it was like 2
I know
billion.
they said there wasn't. They told them, yo, it's gonna cost about 2 billion to get all these shits fixed. But
yeah, okay, well, whatever the case, because no, they like I'm being real. A lot of PlayStation fans say they let to go with the narrative that only reason why the 360 sold so much because they had to buy double because of the red ring. I sent my shit back to Microsoft. I had two that they sent me a brand new one. They sent me a brand new one, for free.
No, I seen people with like 5 and 6 Xboxes though.
Oh, I
bullshit.
I got my fair share too, but the ones that red ring of death, you know what I mean?
I got free.
First of all, anything I buy from the store, I put fucking insurance. You know, I will swap that bitch out in the store. But I will call the other ones.
They went above and beyond. He said anybody.
And the other ones I would just send to them, and they would send me a brand new one, brand new controllers, all type of shit. Microsoft cool with that, but I'll give them that when it comes to customer service. You know what I mean? They send you a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? Brand new. They sent me a brand new rig controller and all types of shit.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
So I'm here. I know I don't want to take on nobody. So what are your thoughts about the PS5, Thrash? Do you like that they're waiting, keeping their cards so close to their chest? Like talking.
No, I think it's all parts of the course. To be honest, I mean, I'm just waiting for them. I'm waiting for the games to come out for the PS4. Once the PS5 come out, then I worry about that. I'm not really worried about what the future is. I'm worried about what's now. I paid for what's now. I didn't pay for the future yet.
360.
So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting. Nigga, we ain't talking about the 360. Shut your ass up. Nigga, we talking about some goddamn fucking PlayStation. Damn. Shit. Can't have a normal conversation with this guy.
I'm out.
All I'm saying is when it comes to the PS5, I'm not worried about it. I mean, even if they come out with the specs and the price and all that,
I do.
I'm worried about
I'm sorry.
I'm worried about Final Fantasy.
You
breaking up a little bit.
No.
You said you worried about what?
That's all I'm saying. I'm just worried about
fantasy.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
this
gamer.
generation. This over, man. Maybe.
Station. The best games are coming out this generation right now. The Last of Us 2. Ghost of Tsushima.
Leave that up on the screen.
The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy 7.
Go ahead, read that.
Resident Evil 3. But this generation is over. November starts anew. Do you have a problem if indeed the PlayStation 5 was 9.2 T flops and their biggest competitor is 12 T flops? Yeah. Because here's the thing, right? Now, real talk, because I'm just, again, without me voiding my pony contract, hear me out, right? People say, games and services is trash. It's not saying everybody hopping up PlayStation now. Plus, was it Plus now? Now that they got some, they got that's all competition, right? Now they got control. What else they get added to they got them service?
Wolfenstein 2.
And, they got some new shit in there. You know what I mean?
Hyping that up is all a mistake, bro. In my
why? Explain.
Because games and service is garbage, bro. It's like DRM all over again, just sexier with bigger titties. That's it. It's just DRM all over again. No, this is real DRM all over again. It's just this in a different light. Nigga, they taking control of the games. There ain't we don't know ownership. It's just rentals, and they control what you buy and how long you play. You know what I'm saying? They control it.
Okay, so it's like this one, right? It's gonna be fair.
I'm talking about the services, not buying games.
Okay. Long as it's an option, right? But a motherfucker like me, right? I look at Sony. They come up with a bunch of unique games like Fist of the North Star, right? I ain't paying $6 for that shit. For $15 a month, I wouldn't mind trying it. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Game Pass. They got a bunch of shit I know I'm gonna pay $60 for. You know what I mean? But I don't mind trying it for, it's the same thing like with Netflix. You serious shit coming out of there. I don't have an option. I don't have a problem as long as it's an option or it's not forced down your throat. Now I can see some people's stance, they start putting the exclusive content behind it only on the services. Then I can see people, up in arms. But long as it's an option to whoever choose to use it, then fine and so be it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you know what I mean?
But that's the next step, though, ain't it? That's the next step.
I don't think that because
I don't think so.
You know why? I won't say.
Well, Phil Spencer said so.
No, the reason why I say no, right? When you walk into that room, because you still need the mom and pops, you still need Walmarts, you still need to sell your hardware, right? You still need to sell your stuff. So if that's like you say, being only digital, because you know that would never work for far as consoles because you still need them to sell your box. You understand what I'm saying? That was the whole big pushback from GameStop. You know what I mean? Which actually, on the real shit, I wish that shit would have went through. That whole thing, I could trade that game digitally because when you went into GameStop, even though I don't go to GameStop, that they was forced to get the developer a piece of that money instead of you going in, they give you $11 for it, turn around and turn that bitch back, sell it back for $55. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have been able to do this shit no more. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but that's what I mean. You know, like you said, gaming is a business, and this first and foremost. I think, and I tell everybody this, like fans or whoever, right? We got to stop putting our mind with what Sony won't do or what Microsoft is all about their shareholders. So, like if I'd have told you like 6 months ago, like, yo, Sony's gonna be developing baseball first party for the platform. No, they ain't gotta do that. No, because they selling, you know, this real talk right here, right? And this is just me talking, having conversations with people within the industry. It's first, like, I haven't spoken to you in a while, right? We gotta do a one-on-one. We're gonna line that up. And them, like you said, no, you know, first they sold 110 million consoles, right? First thing people go on offensive say they think that the 110 million are diehard PlayStation fans. Maybe 40 to 50 are. The rest of the motherfuckers are casuals and don't care how they consume their media, right? So I mean, so then you have that aspect, right? But then again, like I said, you know, as it being a business, right? Sony's contract with the MLB was that they were the only one allowed to make first party baseball. That means Nintendo couldn't make one. That means that Sony couldn't make one. I'm sorry, Microsoft couldn't. That didn't stop EA or whoever the hell. As a business, motherfucking, because it's not about the box. I keep telling them the reason why Sony is so popular now, it's not because they sold 110 million consoles. It's they sold more
because the services.
They sold more consoles and way more software with the PlayStation 2. Over 160 million consoles, 7 billion pieces of software, but they're more profitable now because of the software and services. So they sit back and the most games that games like FIFA, you know, with 2K, what did they say? EA made over $2 billion in transactions. It being a business, hey, we got the best baseball in town. We got the best baseball in town. Fuck what they talking about, right? Hey, let's get some of that EA money. Let's get some of that motherfucking 2K money. And you know, man, and the same thing with look, because if it was really about selling the box, this is all cap. No, because I didn't even think about this, like, right? Because I used to think about that too. Damn, if Microsoft wants to sell motherfucking console, Microsoft got the biggest goddamn game in the world of Minecraft, right? They got the biggest goddamn game in the world. And if it was about selling the boxes, right? They would have made the next generation of Minecraft. Even I'm not into it. You know,
right. I just finished talking about that shit. Yeah.
They would have made that shit exclusive the next generation to their whatever Xbox they got coming out. No, they left that shit on Nintendo. They left that shit on the PlayStation. Somebody said something about my man Tactical Gamer, and this is real funny, right? And again, like I said, I always like, you know, I mean, my opinion is my opinion, but I talk to different people. Not all the time, but sometimes within the industry, and I don't even think about it like that. Somebody asked me in my chat, they say, "Yo, Z, Microsoft always talking about reaching that 2 billion gamers, but you can buy the Xbox in whatever country, but you can buy the PlayStation."
Nigga, 7 billion now, nigga. Whatever 7 billion. That's what he said now.
Okay, well,
7. Everybody.
But the PlayStation there, I said, fine. The PlayStation there, right? They got Minecraft over that motherfucker. Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, they're playing Minecraft. See what shit Microsoft is doing. They got access to the gamers. It's a business at the end of the day. So even like I said, things have changed in the environment. Whether we like it or not, all we can do with Microsoft, I say this all the time, or Sony, or especially Sony, you know what I mean? Whether they choose to put this shit on PC, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm gonna play
even like you say, Microsoft is more profitable than they've ever been.
Yeah, I'm a console type dude, so I'm not, you know, and most motherfuckers that talk that shit, everybody gonna buy to spend on $2,000 on the rig to get it. You know what I mean, the motherfuckers fussing about paying $5 for the next PlayStation, the next Xbox. We gotta call it space. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it really does. All we can do at the end of the day is hold these feet to the fire and say, you know what? Long as they still put out quality, long as The Last of Us 3 is still fire, long as the next Spider-Man is still fire, long as the goddamn God of War is still fire. All of the other extra shit about policies, we ain't got no control over that shit, man. And how they choose, they make motherfucking money at the end of the day. We'll be filled with fools and arguing, signing petitions, change. But I done seen a lot of shit out there, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, bro, you know what I mean? Like, this shit crazy.
I've been saying the same fucking shit. Same shit. Niggas, I came in here saying the same shit. Niggas need to stop arguing amongst themselves, and niggas need to start listening and learning from each other. Nigga, all this fucking battling shit should have been over long ago. At the end of the day, nigga, you see motherfuckers like Google come up in the game, nigga. I'm sorry, Moss, nigga. You see Google coming up in here trying to make a service, but not putting in no effort to bring any new type of experiences. They just want money. They just want a piece of the pie. That is it. Microsoft is doing the same shit. We're not doing the same shit, but they're doing the same. Nigga, the old Microsoft that I know was passionate as fuck. They had too many different types of genres of games. They had RPGs, everything cracking off of their shit. And now I don't see that no more. I don't see they got the money to do it.
Those are third party.
Huh? No, it wasn't third party. What?
What first party? What first party studio?
Oh, you gotta be new. This nigga new. Why is this nigga?
Well, they were.
No, they own those RPGs, bro. That
but I think what he's trying to say. The thing is, they didn't own those studios that was making them games, and you see what the fuck happened. They didn't. I miss Walker and shit. They ain't on them.
Listen, to be fair though, right? And this is something that Microsoft went away from this generation. I understand I understand what Thrash is saying, right? Because if you look at, believe it or not, the original Xbox, the OG joint, that was looked at it more as the hardcore gamer console. They got the how you say the Misfits from the Dreamcast over, and they had all the Sony Sega's, all their first party titles, Otage, all that shit. And they started doing again. They did great second and third party deals. In between of you getting at the time they owned Halo, then they end up because second and third party deals. Then they bought the studio and the franchise of Fable, Lionhead. Shit, Gears of War was a second and third party deal. So in between, so you run a whole franchise for TV. Like people make fun, you say Gears of Wars and Halo, right? So in between those games, like Sony does or did, you got the knee holes. You got this. First party got this shit. No, and even still, and right now to this day, Microsoft has to go back to doing that. It's not okay. Now you have your studios, fine, right? But for whatever, so listen, that's one thing I make fun of. I say this from GRG shit or whoever, right? They said they didn't. They had Phil had to go down and bend the knee to carry mine. Well, none of that shit true. You talking about a company that likes to make money, and a man has to convince them this profitable thing. Game right now is the number one form of entertainment, and Microsoft owns so much shit around gaming. You know what I mean? Even the program to make games, they own
GitHub.
You know what I mean?
I bet you this Xbox nigga don't even know about GitHub. He like lost right now. GitHub.
What's that? Know about
they own so much shit around gaming. So that's why I say, be wary of those comparisons. This is motherfucker something that makes you feel good. Nah, we got to call this thing down to speed. Now, for whatever reason they stopped doing that, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's why motherfuckers looking at Microsoft with a cock eye and a little spooky. You know what I mean? And to be fair, maybe they never had the best talent. And it's no disrespect to nobody over there at Redmond that I know or over on that side, right? But what they did do, Microsoft opened up their checkbook and went out there and incurred the deals. Now, right now, while they're so aggressive, they got the guy back that they have from the 360. You know what I mean? That's what I can't even forget old boys. I'm horrible with names. You know what I mean? With the marketing and come on, I ain't gonna lie. What they did at the Video Game Awards show, that was the best 5 minutes they had the last couple of years. You know what I mean?
Jobs.
Like motherfuckers want to look and see a glimpse into the future outside of, and that's I'm gonna say this real talk. Let me shut the fuck up. I ain't talking to nobody's show. That's the problem I've always had with Microsoft's E3. I'm going to that bitch. I'm going to get a Gears, Force, and Halo, right? Sony came out that bitch the E3 2016, dropped the, and it don't have to be a long show. So motherfucker, Microsoft got an hour on it. They don't listen. All them indies and all that dog shit don't belong on the big stage. Sony came out that bitch show Spider-Man, God of War, Days Gone, Horizon.
For 4 years in a row.
No, I'm talking about the E3 2016 and motherfucking the last and dropped the motherfucking mic and walked off stage when you see me a goddamn indie, right? So I remember I used to be arguing with Crapper when they got to show the indies because no, they don't. That's what I started saying. Be the behemoth that you are. You a $1 trillion goddamn company. What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? You been out listen again. You been out there being out hustled. How is this real nigga shit, right? You lost the Call of Duty deal, right? Not only that, this is something from them too. That he said is unhealthy to keep content of the boxes. Like, why the fuck is you worried about other motherfuckers in the gaming world? Your should be to us right here, right? Your commitment should be worried about us. If they did get the marketing for a third party game, what no with some content, right? So that Call of Duty crowd that was on Xbox, they didn't have a problem going over to Sony because they was getting or Destiny a year-long expansion pack. How the fuck, you know what I mean? Microsoft ain't do none of that shit this generation, yo. They took all that. So again, outside of the power, I'm saying power is important, and anybody gonna really have no big games at the start of the generation, but they have to go back to doing what they used to do. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And again, I always say this gaming is at its best when they both about that motherfucking lobbing $40. I mean, like you see what Sony did with their PS now with the PS Plus. They won that motherfucker. All right, boom. I scored, I didn't get some. That's when it's best for us as the gamer. All that other shit.
So this all started because he said he doesn't think Xbox is competing or trying, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Do you agree with that?"
Well, what I'm talking about is okay. If they're trying, what did they do?
They bought all them studios. They brought out Game Pass.
No, but that's not trying. That's what a business does in gaming. That's not trying. That's doing. That's like being in a relationship. Bro, that's like being in a relationship and telling your girlfriend, I'm not going to cheat on you. Like, bitch, that's what the fuck you supposed to do in a relationship. Like, they're only, what are they doing to compete? Like, they've been here. They've been in gaming for fucking, what, 20 years?
What's your definition of competing?
Games. Bring in games that compete with what they, like they, what that got to do with your, how many games you got for your Xbox One X? How many games you got for Xbox One X? Huh?
Like, I have like 8 something.
You have 8 something games. How many of those came from them new motherfucking people you bought? That they just bought.
Come on, that ain't fair, man.
I'm just asking. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you got an Xbox One X with 6 teraflops of power. You guys telling me they competing by buying a console first and then the people to make the game second? Like they already got people here to make games. What they doing with Rare? How come Rare ain't make something new right now for the Xbox One X? How come? What are all these people?
Let me ask you something right quick. What would have happened if they still had that dog shit VCR original Xbox One with no with a couple more exclusives? But
yeah, Nintendo put out a new console. PlayStation put out a new console. Both of them deliver games. Both of them deliver games.
Hold on, if I can interject real quick, Sonama, you fucked up in your example. What you should have said is Thrash said Sony doesn't look at Microsoft as competition.
Exactly.
That's what you should have went for.
That's
completely untrue.
You said what?
You said Sony doesn't look at Microsoft as competition. They ain't worried or anything.
Yeah, you said that too.
I would say this.
No, I said they're not worried about their release date, bro. They're not looking at Microsoft and saying they're not looking at what Microsoft. They're not looking at Microsoft to determine what their release date for their console was going to be.
You said price too.
They're going to release their console when they release their console.
They're releasing the motherfucker in November. If the coronavirus will still go, you know what I mean.
You said price.
Well, I don't know. But Thrash, what do you think the pricing would be?
Depending on the power. I mean, I don't think they want to go. I don't think they want to go the same route they went with the PS3. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they want to go there. But if they do go there, then it'd probably be the same thing all over again. I'm thinking they're gonna go for at least $4. If they don't go for $499.99, then it's a problem. $399.99 is what I would want. But if it costs so much to have whatever power narrative they want to push, then $499 should be max. Anything above that is going to be too much.
Well, I mean,
straight up.
Anything above? I guess. I mean, I don't know. You think gamers ain't gonna want to spend $600? They not. They're not going to spend $600.
But here's the thing. No, go ahead.
I will say this: it's not so much gamers. The hardcore guys are not gonna have a problem with that, right?
No,
no. But the casuals don't normally buy consoles, so them bitches drop down to about $300. You know what I mean? About 3 years. But I don't. I'm just being real. If going by that Bloomberg report, right? Just it being the business. If it costs the parts, if that's true, that's not what them building it. That's not what them shipping it. That's not what the tariffs. None of that. I don't see Sony selling that motherfucker at $400. You know what I mean? I'm just at being the business. You know what I mean? And maybe Microsoft console may be $600, but it all comes back again to I'm gonna buy them both, but it all comes back again to with Microsoft. They have to show, hey, why this motherfucker $600? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
They got to show. You know what I mean? Is it a difference between the X and the Pro? Yeah. I mean, but again, Microsoft, it came down with their exclusives. They didn't release a game. This is real facts. You know what I mean? That exclusive wise, they truly took advantage of the hardware until 2 years later, which is Gears of War 5. You know what I mean? With frame rate, 60 frames, and all that other shit. And that's their fault. That's Microsoft fault.
Is that all that teraflops does though? Like, is that all it does? Is that all we got to look forward to? Is higher resolution, higher frame rates?
Well, no. Well, frame rates. Here's the thing: Resolution gives you a sharpened image, right?
Right, that's all it is. A sharp image.
Yeah, the textures and the shaders is what gives us better graphics. You know what I mean?
Right, polygons.
Yeah.
Polygons is key.
Now listen. Now going into next generation. Now I know what's going ray tracing is going to affect somehow, whatever. But I wish, like I said, I think everything should be 60 frames. You know, will it be? Don't know, because developers do what they want to. Oh, they
right, exactly.
Option.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, but ray tracing will take it in the toll. But given the engines that we have right now, if they don't go from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5 and all that shit, they stay like this, they shouldn't have a problem. Neither one of them probably doing 4K 60. But again, like I said again, I gave an example. Like, what's the guy named J Love of the argument? Well, if they both doing 4K, what's the problem? I say you can have a game running 1080p 60 on your Switch, right? And then you can let's say NBA 2K runs 1080p on your Switch, and it runs 1080p 60 on the PS4. Which one would look better graphics? Oh, because the PS4, of course, because of the textures and the shading, the poly. You know what I mean? That's what gives you better graphics. You know what I mean? Now the whole resolution thing, like I ain't gonna be out the argument, no motherfucker, because it is. I can't tell the difference between native.
Yeah. That's why I just been telling these fools too.
Better graphics.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, better graphics.
Fail now.
Yeah, better graphics. We can be there all. You know what I mean? And we can argue. You know, we can have fun with that. But look, better graphics, X, Y, and Z. Do I think Sony's like with anything? Can't no studio, take advantage of their hardware like they own. Like, you know what I mean? Like Nintendo.
Right.
I don't. They got that.
That's why first party is so important.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like I said, in the day, we get more. In this day and time, we get more multi-plats than anything. And
multi-plats is getting worse though. That's the cold part about it. Multi-plats are the main ones making these busted ass games that's half made. Want to charge you an arm and a leg just to complete a game or some shit. Well, no, you know what I'm saying? You got Assassin's Creed nigga with making their game purposely have RPG elements to make it last longer and have you pay to make a game run like it should, bro. Like, I mean, look at EA. The list goes on. Look at 2K. I can't even play 2K no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I never got into. I never got into always do the rank matches. But you're absolutely right, because you know why? That's why. Sad to say, we get less newer games or developers going out and trying new shit. They stick to the Assassin's Creed, this, that, and the other, because that's what makes money for them, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's microtransactions, because games are getting bigger. They are becoming more. They like movies, budgets, 100 million, just whatever the fuck. I can imagine what it took Rockstar to make fucking Red Dead. You know what I mean? All the voice actors, camera. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so like I said, gaming is getting bigger, and but even like you said with Google Stadia, right? And real talk, and this ain't no cap here, right? I know a lot of people frown upon streaming, right? And I had the same negative connotation, right? And I remember me saying this. I remember me telling Mawson, I'm like, oh shit, like this shit worked, right? And this shit blew my mind, right? But motherfuckers not gonna be going to take that shit serious. They could Google until Google go out that motherfucker and open up their chip up, and they get some exclusive AAA, you know what I mean? Something that you can't get somewhere else. I ain't talking about no Baldur's Gate. I'm talking about a action type game, some real slick shit like a Max Payne 4, just for shits and giggles, that you can only get there. And then, they will attract more of the hardcore gamers, because again, I got 300 up, 300 down. Maybe that may not be for everybody, depends on your area, but I don't have an issue with it. You know what I mean? If they were to get some, like I said, again, quality software, exclusive software, not them, little indie games. I mean, because I tried it, and like I said, it works. You know what I mean? But again, you have so many motherfuckers right now that are getting into it. You got Verizon, you got Amazon, you got Walmart, you know what I mean? Of course, Google, you know what I mean? And again, that's when I know people make fun and they tease in Microsoft. They say they look at them as their biggest, it is, you know what I mean? Because Google's is just as big as Microsoft, you know what I mean? They're all, everybody's getting into the game because it's so much money there. Everybody wants to say, get a little piece of that 7 billion or whatever the fuck it's called, 7 billion gamers. Yeah.
And plus, we became the dumbest customer too, though. We arguing over this, what the salesman's saying, what the salesman's gonna do, and how much revenue and all this. We some of the dumbest. When niggas go to Starbucks and buy a coffee, they're not asking how much revenue Starbucks got. Is it better than Greenleaf? Like we sit here and argue over some of the dumbest shit that only helps the salesman out, bro. Don't help us out at all.
But that's the console, but that shit gonna be here to the turn of time, bro.
Yeah,
look at any community, whether it's Mercedes-Benz versus BMW. Look at these other communities on DC versus Marvel. Bro, that's just
Android and shit.
Yeah,
but Apple, but they all talk about shit that's like Apple versus Android, for example. Them niggas ain't going back and forth on podcasts talking about who make the most revenue. You know, them niggas is like, nigga, your screen is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about what's really going on with the system, you know? We talking about some of the dumbest, like, we know shit. Like, a lot of these niggas be like, oh, like this nigga right here, what's his nigga name? Tsunami? No disrespect. Like, he over here telling me, he keep talking about the revenue and all that, and I'm like, God, like
I was
the game should be games should be your only concern, bro. Games should be your only concern. That's it. Like, whether they make money off of us or not, I want Microsoft to have the best games they ever have, bro. Period.
But here's the thing: we're talking about new generations of new consoles. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about: are specs. The games are going to be the games regardless, right? So how is
the specs? What you gonna do with the spec? Are you making games?
That's the point.
Nigga, are you making games? And whoever playing Ori right now, garbage as fuck. But who are you making games? You know what I'm saying? I'm watching this motherfucker just die like a million times counting right now.
Give him a hint.
He finally, I think you have to get the bolt at the second spot.
Yeah, he figured out half of it. I'm over here watching this nigga like it's a whole story going on with this story.
You playing Ori Neff?
Yeah, I'm playing the original version, so I fucked up.
No, but it's Noah playing right now though.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
But I'd say they treat Ori like the original one that came out whenever, and the definitive edition has two completely different games. So like my save progress won't carry over.
Oh, why don't you start over then?
And bro, I'm like 70% of the way there.
Oh shit!
Look, are you playing right now? Is this you playing live?
No.
All right, take Noah, take the fucking boat, jump over the boulder first, drag it all the way up, jump over it, shoot that motherfucker, knock it against the wall, and put it on the second story. You stupid ass. What are we talking about? Drag the motherfucker, jump over and then shoot it against the wall, and it'll bounce over there to go to the second level.
This shit super duper. Like I like Cuphead. Cuphead too goddamn hard.
Cuphead shit hard as fuck.
Well, the definitive edition has an easy mode.
What Cuphead?
No,
I play that shit. I love that art style. That shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Cuphead hard as hell.
Yeah, that shit hard, man. I couldn't beat that beat bit.
Ooh, oh my bad. My bad. I had to.
But Thrash, didn't you say you want Microsoft out of gaming? You want Xbox out? Didn't you say you want Xbox out?
I want Xbox out of gaming if they're not going to compete. I'd rather them bring somebody who is going to compete. Right?
Nah, man, they competing, man.
Yeah, I
don't think that's healthy for gaming if you just want them out.
You don't think that Microsoft can do better?
I think
I think they can absolutely do better, but I don't want them just to straight up leave.
I think
if they're gonna sit here and not compete, like this is the second generation that I've seen them like low key baby give up. Like the end of the last generation, like the last 3 years, they like put out nothing, nigga. Like
they're putting out.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but what's Sony gonna do if they gave up?
Yeah, I look. If we don't have somebody,
they're not going to do what they're doing now.
What did Sony do before they came? You know, like what the fuck?
Charge you $600 for a PS3?
Put out the PS2? Did they put out the PS2? That's what they did before they came.
Fucked up things were about the PS2, like those dev kits. Like, how did the 360 get so many games?
I
don't
care.
Didn't give a fuck.
They had more games. I don't care. They had more games.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I will say this. Until I mean, for it
Bioshock a bad game. I don't know.
If you're right, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not saying I want Microsoft. I do want them to, with one gone, it's very unhealthy for gaming.
Yeah,
because we'll be at the you get that same Sony $600. You don't need Rumble technology. You don't need party chat in your game.
Exactly.
You don't need trophies, and they both push each other, and that's what I'm saying. Gaming is at its best. And I'm hoping, I mean, just me, like I tell motherfuckers at the end of the day, brother, it's okay to have your preference. You can be subjective or objective, right? But who doesn't want a great game? I'm not into that Nintendo shit. You know what I mean? I know that shit ain't for me. You know what I mean? I ain't playing through and I'm playing fucking Mario. It ain't. I'm not knocking those that like it, but it ain't for me. I want them, like I said, to go out that bitch and be the, how you say, quote unquote, the behemoth. So Sony can go out that motherfucker and do what they do, and at the end of the day, we all win. And then, like I said, in a perfect landscape, you know what I mean? But we're gonna see, you know what I mean? Come E3, and again, Microsoft got to give them motherfuckers a glimpse into the future, what these studios working on. They got to go back out there. But now, one thing that Phil just said, you know what I mean, that they're not gonna have any first party exclusives until 2 years in. But that didn't mean like it's something about second or third party. So that kind of raised, you know what I mean? Because
I know what they're doing with that. I know what they're doing with that. they low key pushing that smart technology. They want to keep the Xbox. Want to have that transition between.
He cutting up
60. Oh shit! Hold on. That shit better.
I think it's good now though.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
What about Elijah?
Ain't that Parker?
Yep.
Yeah.
I try to anybody PC in this chat. Oh my god, fucking benchmark. I believe what they're doing with that shit is they're pushing the they want to keep the Xbox One going as long as possible, especially with their third party games, and they're saying that they're going to push their games on the Xbox One, doing the smart. They want to advertise that smart shit that they're doing, and try to have third party people get onto that shit so they can keep the Xbox One alive as long as possible. So they're gonna do that for the first 2 years before they actually start making games purely for the new Xbox.
Third party usually do that shit anyway though.
Yeah, third party isn't
gonna do PS4. No, but they're not gonna do that shit for 2 years.
They normally always do that.
Well, I won't be surprised.
Not the way that Microsoft is trying to do it. Microsoft is trying to do the smart shit to where you don't need to work on shit and.
It's not mandated for third.
No, it's not. That's why I'm saying they're trying to push it. It's not mandated, but they're trying to push it. That's why they're trying to wait. They're trying to say, "Hey, we doing it. This is how it works." When they're gonna do it, they're gonna display it with their own games. So that's why the first 2 years.
You don't think that's consumer friendly? You don't think that's consumer friendly?
Well, I know. I'm happy that.
Well, I'm not working. What?
I know Hellblade ain't gonna do it because I don't want old hardware holding shit back. So for games like I guess
I don't think. I think you're right about that. I don't think Hellblade is coming out for the next 2 years. Yeah, 3 years.
It's been confirmed to be an exclusive. They already said that for the years or whatever. I don't know. I'm fucking stuck. I know the shit is gonna poke me. You got any powers? This motherfucker. I'm playing. This motherfucker got any powers? No.
Hell no, I think it's low. That's his power.
Look, I'm on Twitch. Look at this motherfucker. I know I'm walking to this goddamn pokey thing like he's gonna stick me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What are you playing?
Hey, what FC Violence say, oh weak ass nigga? I seen you, FC nigga. If you got something to say,
y'all niggas, man. Talking bad shit.
Well, we can't control the third party. Like they're going to try to keep the 360. I'm not 360. The PS4 and Xbox One going as long as possible.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. PS4. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so. Damn, man. Hey, I actually had some real topics and shit, but fuck it, you know.
Motherfucking Zo mumble rapper ass hopped his ass in here. I knew he was gonna be in for a treat.
I actually had some real topics, man.
With all that said and all that whole discussion, do you agree that Sony does look at Microsoft and the things they do? Like Sony's looking at everyone.
Oh, they should.
Or do they just go on their own tune?
Thrash said they don't need to. I don't believe that's true.
Wait.
They're not.
Y'all answered a whole new question. Yeah, because the question I answered was, is Sony looking at Microsoft for their release date shit? That's what I was talking about. Price.
We're talking about price.
No, we didn't talk about price. We were talking about the release date. You said that y'all said that he said in a conference call that they're waiting for their shit.
No, they're waiting for price, not for release date.
And I quote, you said that Sony don't care what Microsoft price they shit at. That's not what they're concerned about.
They don't care about that. They don't care about that. I mean, that's their own shit. They're not. What I mean by that is they're not pushing their business into comparison to whatever Microsoft does with their pricing, bro. They're not. And if they were, they would have never said it. Like we wouldn't know about it. That's something that you don't tell people, bro. Like if you know, then Microsoft know.
Look, this is
like that's not something that you do. It's not good business, bro. You would never do that.
Look, this is what Sony's thinking, right? Is Microsoft going 500 or 600? That's what they want to know.
Exactly.
That's what they want to know.
Why would they want to know? They both got AMD chips in their shit, right?
No. Like, they want to know because they want to know, do we got to take that $50 hike or not?
Right. Hold on.
So, okay.
If it's $450 to make the console, what are they going to do? So 400 or 500?
Hold on, listen to this.
It's Microsoft. Go ahead. But Sony owns PlayStation. But go ahead, so they can change the price anytime they want. If that was the case, Microsoft could come out with a price, and they could come out with their own price, and then change their price last minute, saying, "Know what? We gonna take $50 off of this." That's what they could do.
That's the point. They're both playing chicken with the price.
But look, what you're saying,
no, they're not playing chicken with the price.
Sony woke up that morning and said, "Okay, we got this investor call. Let's lie to our investors and tell them that, hey, we're waiting on Microsoft." Why? Why would they do that?
Well, think about this, because you.
Why was it on? Who told you? Hold on. Who said? Now, do we have like a recording of this shit or something, or did somebody just say this shit?
There.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that it's out there. There's a lot of things out there, nigga. Not like I'm just saying, like, who said this shit?
It's in the Bloomberg report.
Yeah,
Bloomberg. It's in the Bloomberg report that what?
Sony said it to the investors.
So Sony said it to the investors.
They said some of the company wants to go ahead and go with a higher price, and not some of the company wants to take a loss, and some of the company doesn't. But ultimately, what they're doing is waiting to see what competitors do.
Yeah,
it didn't specifically say Microsoft, but who else is the competitor? Who else is releasing the console?
What you mean? Who else is the competitor?
Nobody else is releasing the console this year.
Let's not be.
Who said? Okay. So we don't have a quote from Jim Ryan. We have somebody saying something that they heard said in a conference call, right? Y'all riled up about that kind of information. So if there was something like that about a business strategy, then there would be NDAs and all that involved. Huh?
So what's the reason why they have an announcement? Like,
what do you mean? What do they need to? Because The Last of Us 2 is about to come out. Do they need to really put focus off of PS4? Do they need to put focus off of PS4 or for PS5? Do they need to?
We keep getting this nigga back against the wall, and you keep changing the damn subject.
My back is never against the wall. I'm just saying, y'all not thinking. I mean, if you go think it, don't. If you. It's not good business. Like Sony will be shooting themselves in the ass if they had a public announcement saying that we're going to tell you what our plans for the competition is. So you guys are going off of hearsay, bro. Like, I mean, anybody could have said that.
They lied to their investors, is what you're saying.
Say that again? No, I'm not saying they're lying to investors. I'm saying that investors could be lying to you. Or whatever the fuck. I mean, somebody might have said something wrong. Somebody could have took something the wrong way. You didn't hear the direct quote. Right now. If you don't know the direct quote, then you can't quote it, bro.
Wait, you can't quote something that's not logically. Then the PS5 reportedly is going to cost $450 to make. Do they want to make the profit at $500, or do they want to take the loss at $400? That's what they're weighing on Microsoft. Are they going $500 or are they going $600, which is going to undercut them?
The PlayStation, right? That they said. Who said it again? Was it Bloomberg who said that too? How much it was going to cost?
Yeah.
Or whatever. How much the PlayStation costs? Okay, what was the date on that? Like when was that cost $450?
That's just recent.
Yeah.
Recent. No, the news was recent, but the cost of $450 was when?
That was the bill of materials. That was like a couple weeks ago. We talked about that.
So that was a report from Sony that a couple weeks ago.
Wait, hold on.
It was $450. Like, or was it? That's just a report. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have changed those parts, made something cheaper, found somebody to make some plastic for them to get that price. That's how it always works. That's how it always works.
No.
It's too late,
bro. They can't change something in like a year.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Why do you think you get new SKUs? Yeah. You get new SKUs like every year with PlayStations and Xboxes from them having different.
How long are they working on those SKUs?
Yeah.
Well, how long was that? That's why I asked. How old is that report of 450?
Already working a new iPhone.
That's what I'm saying. No. Yeah. The report that you know about. How long ago? What date is that report based on?
Get somebody to do a quick.
Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's very recent, like a couple weeks ago.
But once they,
how do we got that information?
I know once they, consoles take years to make. You got R&D.
Yeah, you don't change it.
Motherfuckers, won't overheat and it's this, that, and the other. And I don't see them wasting billions in dollars because somebody, a little bit more powerful. That's the case. Microsoft would have changed the goddamn specs in the original, the OG, the fatback joint.
Right. I mean, but they did, didn't they? No. Didn't Microsoft change?
No, I'm talking about that.
Didn't Microsoft change a few things on that shit before they brought it out?
No, all they did
nothing significant.
We couldn't. The APU we could change. What they did was overclock. No, they overclocked the CPU. Overclocked the CPU. Add a little bit more RAM. That they can do without making the console overheat. As far as going in and changing the APU, that they done paid. Whatever the fuck they paid.
Hey, Thrash, I'll send you the article. I'm sorry, Z. I'll send you the article in a DM, but it's from February 13th, 2020. The title: Sony is struggling with the PlayStation 5 price due to costly parts. Bloomberg.
This is not recent era. It's Bloomberg.
Right. Okay. But what I'm saying is, how old is that report that Bloomberg is reading out?
Well, I don't know, but the article is. I'm
not saying it as there's no like defense or no shit. I'm not saying nobody's right or wrong. I just want to have accurate information as we talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck either which way. I want to see games. Right now, I'm not buying the PlayStation or Xbox. I need to see games. They need to sell me a console. I'm not ready to buy anything until they show me what they have to offer.
But I thought it's about
that's not the argument or the information, huh?
But I thought it's about the games.
It is. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting about them. Damn, who is this nigga?
Now we argue just to argue. I swear.
Yeah, I see that. Like, what the fuck? I just said it's about the games. I'm not buying no consoles right now next gen. I'm not putting any monies on nothing until I see what they have to offer. I say all gamers should do that. Put pressure on them. Don't release the pressure from them selling you something. Make them niggas give you the best that you can possibly get. You don't go to no car dealership without hopping in that motherfucker and test driving it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to see what they got to offer you, bro. See what they got to offer you.
Wait, hold on. So you ain't buying that bitch day one? I don't think nobody buying day one. You ain't buying them bitch day one?
Hell yeah.
No, I mean, if they don't have nothing that to offer me, I'm not buying shit day 1, day 17 until they have something to offer.
Clip that.
Come on, no, clip that shit. Clip it. Clip it twice. Hey, first of all, I don't need to get an Xbox Series X because I have an Xbox One X, and they're gonna play the same games for the first 2 years, so I get to preview whatever the fuck. But the PlayStation.
One of them bitches gonna.
But with the PS5, if they don't come out, if they don't got no games that I want at launch, I'm not buying shit. I don't give a fuck. So you $2.99. I don't give a fuck.
You don't care about
I'm not giving you my money.
You don't care about frame rate and the loading times and shorter loading time?
Oh yeah, load time is a game changer, bro.
I don't care about that. I can sit for 5 minutes to play a bomb ass game. I could. You said what made me buy a PS4?
Yeah, when did you? Yeah.
When did I buy up on the day one?
Oh shit! God damn!
The fuck did you have?
God damn! Not like this.
What you mean not like this?
Have with the PS4? Like what made you buy it?
For
what do you mean? I had Battlefield, I had Call of Duty, I had every game that came out. I had every game.
You just said third ball.
Not like
this. You said what?
Trash fraud?
Not like what? Look.
Name me one next-gen only game you bought the PS4 for. Day one.
You said what?
Was Killzone the selling point to you? Was Knack the selling point?
No.
Then what was the selling point? You said Battlefield, but that's the last gen game.
Get that man a chance. He cut up with both eyes right now. Get that man a chance.
Yeah, like what the fuck is going on with this nigga? Like this nigga over here think he owning something and shit. Nigga, like what made you buy? Nigga, what made me buy? What made me buy was the games that came. I got all the games that came out. I wanted them all. They had PS Plus. They had PS Plus free games. They had
so you have to start paying
Battlefield cross. They had Battlefield cross buy, so I didn't have to pay for that shit. And I was already playing Battlefield with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Z know about it. I smashed on that nigga when I played him last time.
Why do you buy extra console for it if you can just play it anyways?
Facts.
What do you mean, nigga? Because I wanted to buy that motherfucker.
Still. Why do you wait?
They sold me. They sold me it. They sold me it with that. What's your question? I waited to see what they had.
They sold you with the multi-plat that was available on your older console.
What next?
That's what you said.
What? What are you talking about?
You said it's about the games. You're able to play Battlefield regardless. Then why did you buy a PS4?
What the fuck is this nigga? What the fuck? You started to sound like this nigga. I just said I bought all games. I just said I already had PS
what
Plus.
Game? You said Knack and Killzone on it.
What
nigga? Knack, Killzone, Battlefield.
You just said those two games weren't it.
Turned out weak. What? I didn't just say shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Nigga, put words in my mouth. What the fuck you mean?
Nah, we're gonna go back to this damn podcast, and you said Knack and Killzone were not the reason.
I said they weren't the reason that sold. That's not what sold me. I said Battlefield sold me, nigga. I said Battlefield sold me.
On the PS3.
A multiplayer.
So
It's available on your PS3. That's why I don't get.
PS3. I had it on the PS3. It was free. I played Battlefield. Nigga, and we was playing Battlefield with the PS4 free? What you want me to tell you?
Is the PS4 free?
Oh shit! God damn.
What?
That's what I don't get. Your PS4
I don't get. What the fuck are you talking about? The PS4 is free. What is this nigga talking about?
He said, "Why did you buy? Why'd you buy
comment section.
The same game?
Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Or is he changing this up?
Yes, you tripping, my nigga.
Console to play the same game.
What do you mean to play the same game, nigga? I bought a new console to play Battlefield with the homies.
The same
the fuck
game.
You talking about?
Play on your PS3.
Yeah, but okay. I don't get what your problem is. I don't understand what your point.
So why would you buy a PS5 day one?
Because they haven't showed me shit.
So what have you seen on the PS4 that made you buy it?
He said Knack and Killzone. That man said he wanted that Knack and Killzone, nigga.
What the fuck? I just said I was playing motherfucking Battlefield, my nigga. I already had all the old games. So what the fuck?
Hey, y'all, this nigga is a guest on my motherfucking show, man. Y'all niggas ain't shit, man.
No, they're not doing shit to me. These niggas not making sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
No. I don't need none of that. No, I don't need none of that. I don't need none of that shit because these niggas not making no sense. They asking me why I bought a PlayStation. I tell them, and then they say some other bullshit. I don't get what they say.
So if you can play Battlefield next gen on the same price for free, PS5, you gonna
dog outside.
No, because Battlefield fell off.
Battlefield shit, nigga.
Nah, that shit fell out. That should be way better. I'm a hardcore mode player, bro. I can't without that shit.
So answer this question: what next gen game on the PS4 sold you?
What next gen game on the PS4 sold me? What do you mean? Like, do you mean like next gen exclusive? Is that what you're trying to say, bro?
Yeah. Yes. What?
Like game, only for next gen?
What game on the PS4 only sold you to get a PS4 day one?
Sold me? None.
Yes. So why'd you do it?
Sold me because fucking Battlefield. What the fuck?
So why?
What the fuck? Why are they keep repeating the same shit?
So why aren't you doing?
You said what?
Gen?
Because they haven't showed us shit. Is this new? What the fuck is going on?
So what they show you last gen?
Fuck?
They didn't show you shit last gen. That's my point.
Holy shit! Why are we going in circles?
Because
they didn't show Battlefield.
You fucking answered.
They didn't show Battlefield. They didn't show Battlefield.
I quit. This nigga said last gen.
No, of course you quit because you never started, my nigga. Like what the fuck?
He said a last gen game sold him on the PS4 for next gen. Okay, got you.
You said what? You said no. What? You said a last gen game sold me for this gen.
No,
yes.
Yeah.
Battlefield. I said Battlefield. That was the first thing I said, my nigga. Like I don't get y'all.
And I said that doesn't make sense.
What?
That's not what you're. That's not.
Why doesn't it make? It doesn't make sense for what you buy, my nigga. I'm just telling you. I'm just answering your question.
You just saying you waiting for next gen. Okay. Offer.
Yes.
You didn't do that.
What have they shown?
You didn't do that.
What have they shown?
You didn't do that.
What have they shown? What have they shown?
You didn't do that.
For the PS5. What have they shown?
Nothing.
Then I'm not buying in right now, am I? Because they haven't sold me.
But they have back compat. You can play the same games.
I'm not worried about backwards compatible, my nigga.
Well, that's
what I'm saying. Like, now, since you don't got a point, now since you didn't fuck your whole fucking point up, my nigga. Now you're moving to back compat. I don't buy games based on back compat.
Point.
How?
Because you said you don't want to play the same game. So you fuck niggas want to play the same game.
What you mean, nigga? I bought PS4 to play Battlefield. Yes, and Call of Duty and every other game that came out brand new that I wanted to test out.
That you played on your PS3.
all play on your PS3.
Okay.
But you bought
What's the point, nigga?
So you said you don't care about backwards compatibility because you don't want to play old games when you play old games.
I don't.
But you're playing old games.
What do you mean I play old games? What are you talking about? Battlefield was on the PS4.
Game. It came out before the PS4. It was for the PS3. You're playing the same fucking game.
Okay.
Is it for graphics?
Okay, but they had a PS4 version of the shit. What the fuck?
A better version? Oh shit. Oh, so it is about graphics and power.
What the fuck?
God damn.
What you mean it's all about? What you mean it's all about? Of course. This is the type of shit I'm talking about with you, nigga.
So what you tell me, Thrash? What you telling me, Thrash? If they show Bad Company 3, Battlefield Bad Company 3, you'll buy PS5 for that. Is that what you're saying?
Probably, depending on how it looks.
But why won't you play it on your PS4?
What do you mean? Why won't I just play on PS4? Why are you asking me dumbass questions, my nigga? Hey, why y'all niggas asking me some stupid ass questions, cuz?
You said you got an Xbox One X.
Why is this nigga laughing in the background? Cuz I don't get it. Cuz like, why did you buy an Xbox One X?
I have one.
I wanted better graphics.
Why did you buy an Xbox One X?
I wanted better graphics.
Nigga, Super Lucky Tail, nigga, why the fuck did you buy an Xbox One X?
I didn't buy Super Lucky Tail.
Y'all want to ask stupid ass questions, nigga? Why the fuck did you buy an Xbox One X? Why did you buy an Xbox One X?
I just told you.
For what?
I wanted better graphical fidelity and I wanted better frame rates.
You wanted better graphical fidelity and for all games. So State of Decay did what?
I didn't play that. That's not my type of game.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, that wasn't your game. What game? What was your game?
Fucking Forza.
What was your game?
Fucking third-party game.
Forza.
All that shit.
Forza. Yeah. Forza was already 60 frames per second.
No, it wasn't.
What you wanted? 4K in a racing game?
Nick, I play in 4K right now.
Horizon wasn't.
Oh, okay. So what the fuck? So fuck, nigga, like they ain't came out with it. Nigga, when the last time they came out with one of those?
Hold on, Horizon 60 frames per second on X, but not the base console.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So just because you bought an Xbox, for a stupid. No, I don't want. I'm not buying. They showed me the games, bro. No, they showed me the games. They showed you the games for the I don't care about power, bro. They showed me the games.
But why did you buy a superior version? It was because of the power.
I'm back.
No, I bought it. They showed me the games, and that's what I bought it for.
No, you played Battlefield on the PS4 because it's a better version than the PS3. Isn't that
they showed me,
power?
My nigga. Yes, they showed me.
Do you own a
Pro? I don't get it.
Do you own a PS4
I don't understand you niggas. Huh?
Do you own a PS4 Pro?
Yeah, nigga, I own all consoles. What the fuck kind of question is that, nigga?
Why would you buy the Pro and it don't have any exclusives?
God damn.
Why would I buy the Pro? Because I make videos off of my PS4.
So wait. You didn't.
What else you got?
You spent $400 to make videos?
Then why do you buy an X?
Nigga, did you spend $500 to play motherfucking Super Lucky Tail, my nigga?
No,
Forza, shut your ass up.
I wanted power.
Nigga, I'm a gamer, nigga. I'm saying that you're not supposed to run your life through power, my nigga. You not.
Nigga, whenever you
I don't give a fuck. Why did you buy a base Xbox? Was it because of power? Why did you buy a base Xbox? Because of power? Because of power, my nigga? Did you buy it because of power?
Do you own an Xbox One X?
Stupid. Yes, I own an Xbox One X, dummy.
You say yeah?
Yes, dummy.
Why?
Because I bought it for $48.
Hey,
no, $48. Where the fuck you get it from? A crack?
Because I bought it for $48.
That was a come up, nigga.
Hey, super come up. What self-respecting gamer would pass that up?
Why not even 50?
$48? You damn right. $48. Oh no, it's not a lie. Why lie? I don't know. I'm not scared of you. Lie for what? Nigga, I don't lie to my own girl.
Get a nigga
lie for what? No bullshit. $48. Nigga, offer up. Nigga, offer up. $48. Nigga, the fuck?
Keep $2, bro. Just give me the
$48.
I need nigga. I need another 4K.
I'm saying I needed a DVD player. Nigga, there it is. Nigga, I used that motherfucker to warm my taco shells up, nigga. But I got it for $48 motherfucking dollars.
That's not very efficient.
Hey, but it's
not an efficient console. It's not an efficient console.
This shit run cool.
You don't like the multiplats on it?
No, I don't play. I mean, the multiplats are better on it, but I don't play my multiplats on it, nigga. The same reason why most Xbox niggas don't play multiplats on other shit is because they homies was on. Their homies is on there.
Yeah, I feel you. Like,
no. It's because you got your homies. I mean, yeah, you got your homies on there. I mean,
right. Like PlayStation,
basically
home for you.
Yeah,
like same like Xbox is home for me. You know,
right, exactly.
We got a super chat. You know, I get a super chat.
Super chats on the dog shit. That's Candle.
Once every 30 minutes, Z. Yeah, nigga. Once every 30 minutes, I get a super chat.
My likeness. I was never invited to this dog shit show.
Hey, nigga, you told me. Hey, you told me. Ain't niggas in the chat, and you don't want to fuck with it.
No, nigga, that nigga Z owed me like $50. Nigga, I remember I went on there. Nigga was dropping 200 super chats because I was on there. Nigga, I didn't get a penny of that shit. I walked home. I walked home that day.
I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be real. You know, like my numbers is kind of low on this motherfucker. This is like the highest. This is the highest show I ever had on Scrampunks. Anyway, R&B the third.
That's what I do
with the $2. Now this is the bullshit thrash I remember.
That nigga paid $2 for that?
Bring him
Good job, bro.
Thanks a
Good
lot.
job. $2, $2 whole dollars. $2 whole dollars to say I was bullshitting. I'm telling y'all niggas why I bought a system.
Hey,
crazy.
Z, I know you heard about the other Xbox podcast I got called We Bleed Green. Hey, brother, I can't give you no residuals from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the title, the We Bleed Green. But I appreciate you putting that shit in all of our minds. You know what I'm saying?
We made a hotline. We made a hotline.
I know, bro. Hold on, my man. Pharmaceutical. Shout out to you, bro. I ain't seen you in a minute. He said, sound like a crackhead deal. Yeah, I'm back. I'm on Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch right now as we doing your show. I come through and show love, man. Promote it. Promote that motherfucker. Turn this bitch
shit!
out.
Post up in the chat. Let's see what post up said, bro.
He said I'm lying. He said I'm a neutral gamer. I never said I was a neutral gamer. I just said I'm not a pony.
Yeah, you did.
I said I'm not a pony. I never said I was a neutral. Nigga, I don't believe it. Ain't no such thing as a neutral. Nigga, I'm a gamer, my nigga. I'm just a straight up gamer, my nigga. I know I prefer PlayStation, but I'm not a pony to where I'm gonna sit there and just back up Sony no matter what the fuck is happening, or make up bullshit like Nethos and high tidal waves and shit niggas saying over there, bro. Like I don't run like that.
My nigga, Big Money is a big pony, but he be calling Sony all the time. They love him. He was arguing the other day.
I mean, if the homie Big Money, like, I don't think he considered himself a pony neither. I niggas just prefer PlayStation. Everybody got their preference.
Pony.
No, he said.
If he says it, hey, that's on him. That's what he do. That's him. I'm not him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in the pony shit.
What shit am I making up? What shit am I making up?
What are you talking about? PS3.
You just said I was making up.
I'm talking about the conversation you having, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying, but you want to try to make it into some kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I know you're more intelligent than that, bro. Like gamers don't gotta. I don't buy systems due to power, bro. I buy it for what they showed me. You asked me why did I buy PS4? I said they gave me motherfucking Battlefield. And that's why I bought the shit.
They gave you Battlefield. Right? They gave you Battlefield on the PS3.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
And they showed me Battlefield on the PS4, and that's what sold me to Battlefield the PlayStation.
I mean, this console looks better. You gonna get the same goddamn multiplayer. They're gonna look better on the PS5 and the Series X. So
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
He's saying he bought a PS3 for Battlefield.
So you bought it for power.
Yeah, he bought a PS4 for a PS3 game.
Yeah, I didn't buy PS4 for power. Okay, look, let me tell you like this. I'll tell you like this for you fuck niggas. If they didn't show me Battlefield fucking 4, probably wouldn't have bought into the system right then. I wouldn't have bought it day one.
You already had the game on PS3. What did they show you on the PS4?
It was free to put it over to the PS4.
The console wasn't.
The homies got themselves a PS4. I'm a Battlefield player. They showed me Battlefield. I liked what I saw, and so I got a PS4.
So you like
about the games.
So
I said it's slow for you slow niggas.
You like what you saw.
I mean, fuck.
So does that mean graphics?
Yes.
Oh, so that means power.
What else do it fucking mean? Yes. Graphics. Yes.
That's all I wanted you to say. You bought a new console.
But why? Why does it even need to be said? It's the fucking problem. I didn't buy it for power. I didn't buy it. I didn't even know what the fucking specs for the PS4 was, bro.
You said you saw it
when I bought it. I didn't know the specs of the PS4. I saw what I fucking dumbass fucking. I feel like firing on niggas like you. If somebody look like you next to me right now, it's like shooting that nigga. I mean, all gamers want to see their games look and play better, nigga.
That's
but don't.
Admit.
Okay, but why would I need to admit some stupid shit like that? The only thing I'm saying is
games only.
You do buy it for games only. Don't just go buy the fucking we got this many teraflops. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. You don't sit there and say, it got 6 teraflops and therefore I haven't seen no games, but I'm gonna buy it just because the power. No, I'm saying have them sell you. The system is nothing without games, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's nice. That's great. That's nice. They showed me that game on a next gen console playing. I liked what I saw, so I bought it. But I didn't buy a PS4 because of whatever specs the shit had, dumb nigga. I bought it because of the games.
Yeah, but in the same vein, you named the multiplayer.
This is the PS4, but if they came out and said this is the PS4, but we're not making games for that shit for the next 2 years, then I'm not gonna buy it. Period.
But what about
because my reasoning for playing games is games. You said what?
What about Battlefield and Call of Duty?
What do you mean about Battlefield and Call of Duty?
You said you bought a PS5 for Battlefield and Call of Duty. You just said that.
Right. Okay, so what about it?
Buy a PS5 for the same reason.
Did they show it? That's why I said I never said I'm not buying the PS5. I said I'm not sold on one because they haven't shown shit. What's wrong with this nigga?
Hey, Nev, give me a
How many pills do you take at night, nigga?
Look at my screen. I'll get past this little rock thing right here.
Fuck. Craziness.
Hey,
came and talk normal with you niggas.
Hey, no, like you like, did you beat this shit or you just went to the credits?
I beat it.
You beat it twice now.
This shit.
Oh, how you get past this little thing?
Follow this.
Yeah. Hey, look at that one part,
Hey, look at these Xbox niggas need help. Hey, nigga, you wouldn't beat it without me.
Hey, y'all, real
nigga, you still be stuck on that bridge without me.
Hell yeah.
Real shit. I mean, the show going great now, but it's past my motherfucking bedtime, man. I get up 6 o'clock in the morning. I know you on the West Coast, Thrash, but shit, I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's early. Nigga, dinner.
Hey, Nev, I'll get past this part. You see it?
I'm watching an ad.
Yo, what'd you say, Tsunami?
Oh, you can't get past that. So you gotta go to the left. You gotta ignore that shit.
Yeah, man, that shit used to kill me and the next day too, man. That's why I started the show at 9 now instead of 10. That shit used to kill me.
Yeah, you gotta keep going that way.
I beat this shit, bro.
Well, man, hey, listen, brother. Because my brother Thrash, Z showed up.
Down.
Oh,
we got numbers we never had on this dog shit channel. So I appreciate y'all, man.
Where we at?
Well, we had like 54. Now, I know the other podcasts got a little bit more, but as far as Scrampunks, this is the most we ever had.
Oh, you in the super chats now and stuff on your show now?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I finally got 1,000 subs and shit.
So the Xbox podcast is a little better, you know, it's okay.
Oh, it's 1,000. I don't know how
that finally got 1,000. I know you got 1,000.
He's asking because he wants a cut of that.
Hey, Dirk.
I'll come to the Xbox one, but y'all niggas. Hey, one thing before we go, y'all niggas need to really learn how to talk gaming, nigga. Like, stop making shit a battle, my nigga. It's not. It shouldn't be about that at this point, my nigga. It should be about us talking about games,
bro. I wanted to talk about some gaming shit today. I had topics and everything, bro. This shit somehow went left, man.
We don't know why these niggas always want to go left. Like, want to ask me what game I bought? Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, why did you buy a PS4, nigga?
Sometimes you gotta
fuck around and buy a PS4.
I say, why'd you buy a Pro?
What you say, no?
Hey, Z, you gotta go down from there.
I was saying, you know, there's speculated to be, rumored to be a showing from AMD.
Yep, keep going left.
And Microsoft tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, for real?
This was.
I heard that was fake.
Like, I don't know.
I thought they said that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I heard it said.
Hey, if I was just nothing about no dates or no shit, just wait for shit to happen. Just let it happen. You're not too much. Like, why?
We got what?
Now you gotta go down from there and get the little pieces.
That GitHub is accurate.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to.
Nigga, they got that new Ori coming out. Enjoy that, Xbox niggas. Enjoy that Ori in the Blind Forest. I'm gonna be playing Final Fantasy and The Last of Us, but that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy.
First of all,
what y'all got.
We all have PlayStations also playing.
I know all you Xbox niggas do. So y'all can enjoy that, nigga, and turn your Xbox off.
Man, no,
it is. Low key. Hey, I wasn't gonna buy it. I even said I wasn't gonna buy it. I said I was on record saying I wasn't gonna buy it.
That shit fire.
I'm gonna buy that shit. That shit fire. I'm gonna buy that shit.
I just
played the original one. That shit dope.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all, we're about to get out of here. It's past my fucking bedtime. These niggas have stopped me from getting some buns tonight and shit. So
damn, mission accomplished.
Wife up there sleep like a motherfucker. But anyway.
Mission complete.
Just poke in the back.
Thanks for my homie King Thrash swinging through. My boy Next Gen. You know, Needles irregular. You know, Tsunami irregular. No irregular. So
what about a Switch reporter?
Oh shit! Yeah,
we good.
Yeah, we good.
Hey, charge your Switch. There you go, nigga. Keep your Switch charged, and there you have it.
Thanks to Moss and Snowbunny for saying, you know, because you know, like this stream, was the StreamYard only allows 6 people at a time, which I don't like. So they say, you know, to get Z in and Nethos in, they say, you know, we'll like slide out. So thanks to them, y'all. But good podcast, man. I appreciate y'all. We better get the fuck on out of here, man. Peace out, y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all go
ahead. Go ahead.